Hear ye, hear ye. We are gathered here today in holy matrimony to bear witness to another episode of Gunsmoke the Don's Sunday service with your host, Reverend Gunsmoke the Don. It's a beautiful Sunday in the ghetto. The sun is shining upon all of us. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. And thank you, Jesus, for another Sunday in the ghetto. Will we survive the ghetto? That remains to be seen. But I put it in the Lord's hands. Please, Jesus, bestow your grace and mercy upon thee. For the past few shows, it's been a real struggle. We're getting towards the end of the month now. July is next Tuesday. I must survive the ghetto by any means necessary. Do you understand? Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. So tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your cousin to come watch this show. I haven't said this in a long time, but we will be passing around the collection plate. Yes, we will. And we're going to make it known that the collection plate is being passed around. When it comes your way, if you pass it by, shame on you. That you feel shame and guilt. That you have a guilty conscience once you leave this congregation. Do you understand? And then you're going to have to answer to the Lord. I won't judge you. You're going to have to answer to the Lord, boy. See how you do then. Maybe you'll regret not supporting the goddamn channel. Anyway, Tatone. Tatone's going to heaven. Look at this. And Bella got a free membership. Look at that. Great shot, Tatone. Shouts to Bella. Look at that. She definitely deserves a free membership. Thank you, Tatone. Beautiful way to start the show. Now I feel better. That was an excellent shot, Tatone. What up, Mr. President? Templar. My fellow Reverend, Fat Al Sharpton. We need a march to raise money for Gunsmoke. Yes, get out there and march. Please, Reverend Al, I need you to organize it. Get everybody you can from the National Action Network, the Rainbow Coalition, the Queers for Palestine. Get them all out there marching for support of this channel. You understand? What up, Scott? Scott H. Tatone boy. Al Sharpton boy. We're going to have a guest on. My guest said he'll be half an hour late. About 12:30, he'll stop by and have a nice conversation. You got to fight the power. Fight the powers that be. Elvis was a hero the most, but he never meant shit to me because he's straight out racist. That cracker was taking a shit when he died. And next to a cracker, I'd never reside. What up, Brian? Brian Bozek, right on time, my man. The frog. As soon as I said last night, the frog showed up. I appreciate you, frog. And now he showed up for church today, too. And, of course, the lovely Becky Town. First person in here. Happy Sunday, Becky. We're going to shut down the Brooklyn Bridge for Gunsmoke the Dawn, or else we going to shut it down for no donations come. We finna burn this motherfucker down. Thank you, Al. You're the man, bro. We love you, Al. All right. Well, I haven't checked the news yet today. Let's see what's going on in the news, huh? New York City Democratic candidate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Ahmadinejad Mahmoudi doubles down on his plan to target whiter neighborhoods with higher taxes. It says billionaires shouldn't exist. Well, here it comes, folks. You voted for it. Here it comes. This guy's a communist. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Not in a wonderful country where that's it shouldn't be possible. In China, they say some I guess in all parts of China, the doctor makes the same as the electrician, and the electrician makes the same as the teacher. I mean, no, it's not good for growth. It's not good for ingenuity. No, you should be able to have the pursuit of happiness and make as much as you can. That's capitalism. Now, somebody's got to lose. Like me, I'm losing. I'm losing. But somebody's got to win too. There's winners out there, and there's a whole lot of motherfucking losers. But that's capitalism, for better or worse. At least you get the opportunity or the luck to become rich. In certain countries, they don't give you that opportunity, just like Mahmoud Ahmadinejad wants to do. Billionaires shouldn't exist, huh? Trump calls Mahmoudi a pure communist and threatens to cut off New York City federal funds if he's elected mayor. Good. Shut it all off. They voted for it. That's what they're going to get. Go ahead, Trump. Do it. I don't blame you. I should be living in New York anyway. Used to be proud of New York City. Used to love New York. You know what I'm saying? Shit. 20 years ago, went down to Florida. Motherfuckers, they love New Yorkers down there. I was wearing a Phillies hat. Motherfucker in the hotel lobby said, "Hey, you guys are from New York." I said, "How the fuck you know that?" He said, "I could tell." I said, "Really?" I'm wearing a fucking Phillies hat here. How the fuck you know I'm from New York? They love New Yorkers down there. They love them. Anyway. Now, shit. Ain't nothing to be proud of. We proud of potholes, garbage, and filth all over the place. I was just watching Instagram earlier. They had a block in the Bronx. These assholes have a barbecue. They don't clean up after themselves. Beer bottles all over the place. Paper plates and napkins and wrappers and cups and fucking. They even left the goddamn barbecue grill out there on the sidewalk. Son of a bitch. What a dump. What a mess. Don't even get me started. Jesus, save me now. What up, Fat Ball Italian, my man? Fat Ball Italian, boy. Happy Sunday. He was a real class act. Who are you talking about? They also assign your career from teenage. Is that what people want? The government telling you what you're going to do for the rest of your life? Oh, yeah. Communist nations? Yeah. You're not a human being. You're a part of the communist regime. You're a fucking just basically a spoke in a wheel. Remember when a cop got shot by a drug dealer and Dickens and Fat Al marched with the drug dealer? Yeah, I'm sure they did, hand in hand, right? They locked elbows together and fucking marched with the drug dealer. Now that's normal. Now they'll make a statue out of him. He sold crack in this park for 30 years. Praise this man. He was oppressed by the racist white police officers arresting him for dealing drugs in front of this bodega across the street. We gonna march for another statue, this time made out of gold instead of bronze. All right, let's scroll down. Thank you, Becky. Motherfucker, huh? Rob G. What up, Rob? Happy Sunday, man. Every Sunday, Rob Jean shows up. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Rob Jean. Hope you're doing all right, brother. I'm sure you're enjoying the summertime. Hope you stayed cool during the heat wave. You know what I'm saying? Hope you don't look like a lobster right now, working out in that hot sun, fucking turning red and shit. Make sure you wear sunscreen, boy. And he's going to put the Korean stores out of business and have his commie buddies take control. Oh, yeah, everything's going to be halal. They just said this, the school summer program. They got like this lunch, the food program in the summertime where the schools stay open just to give you free lunch. They got halal options. Guess what options they don't have for school lunch? Kosher. Yeah, there's no kosher option. They got halal. No, they got halal. They ain't got no kosher for you, boy. You gonna have to go get your peanut butter and jelly sandwich somewhere else. See, that's not right. See, that ain't right. That's favoritism. That's racism. That's inequality. Exactly the opposite of what this friggin' country is supposed to be about. And they want to talk to you about democracy and bullshit on MSNBC. Power to the people. Thank you, Tato, my man. What up, David Lopez? In Florida, they just saved 60 children that were abducted. Abducted by who? Who were they abducted by? Thank you, Rob. Yeah, make sure you wear your sunscreen, Rob. You don't want to walk around with a red nose. Notice how Bernie doesn't complain about millionaires anymore? Yeah, I noticed that, Scott. I noticed that a long time ago. Used to be the millionaire and the billionaire class. Now it's just, the billionaires. Yeah. Because he's a multi-millionaire. He's got his nice little house, vacation house by the lake, where he spends most of his time. Yeah, no more pork sandwiches in school. No more sloppy joes. It's going to be pita bread and hummus, boy. With olives and fucking red peppers. White sauce, hot sauce on the chicken and rice platter. That's what you're going to get. It's all right, You got to get used to it, I guess. It's not bad. I eat it once a year, And then when I smell like it afterwards, that shit gets in your pores and your clothes. You don't want to eat it in the car because your car's definitely going to stink like it. And I feel guilty, I start having flashbacks of 9/11 and shit. I feel guilty about eating that shit. One of my friends loves it. Like, man, come on, man. Eating that bullshit. What up, Ryan Morrison? Holy Toledo, Ryan Morrison. Where have you been? I hope you're doing all right. Have a seat. Welcome to church. Praise Jesus. Not for nothing, after a night of drinking back in the day, I wasn't looking for a pastrami on rye. Those halal carts hit the spot. Yeah, no, you're right. Or the freaking empanada trucks. I remember the chimichurri trucks. We didn't get halal. Me and my friends, we went to go get chimichurris. Chimichurros, chimichurri. Basically like a big fucking Dominican hamburger on a fucking hero. It was good though, Eating chimichurris or fucking Cuban sandwiches and shit. Yeah. As I got older, then it went into the halal. Halal. It's all right, I'd rather have a gyro. These kids were kidnapped by a ring that kidnapped kids. Oh, good. I'm glad they're saved. 60 kids, huh? Good. I'm glad they're saved. They're safe. Florida stands up for justice and the rule of law. They're not tolerating that shit. If it was San Francisco, you'd never hear from those kids again. And the Dems would have allowed it to happen. What up, Joe? Thank you, Joe. You too, brother. You just got here. Where you going? Have a seat. You don't just stop by and say hello in church. You sit down. We didn't even get to the prayers yet. Praying that this channel doesn't go to shit. Have a seat, Joe. Everybody's talking about this alligator detention center ready to open to house the illegals. Yeah. And I love it. They had a friggin' city councilwoman down there complaining, oh, what about nature? What about the alligators? Are they going to be okay? We're worried about the alligators. No, no, no. Don't worry about the alligators. I keep saying it. Don't worry about the friggin' alligators. The alligators are going to be just fine. The alligators survived the extinction of the dinosaurs when a big asteroid came to fuck us up the ass. You're going to be fine. All right? They'll be fine. The detention center is going to be fine. The pythons are going to be fine. They're going to be here long after human beings are gone. They've been here for over 65 million years. They'll be all right. We don't need no excuses why this shouldn't be built, you know? Sit your city council member ass down and shut the fuck up while federal law takes place, you bitch. Oh, damn. I wish I worked in the federal government, laying down the law, telling people like it is, you know? You're under arrest. No, you're under arrest. Don't resist. We're going to break your fucking wrist. Don't resist, you know? I'd have a lot of complaints. Abuse of authority, shit like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. I think I'd be fair. The Dems are out of their minds. No, they've gone crazy. I don't even understand how these people have power. They've gone batshit crazy. They're dangerous. And we have a bleak future ahead with them in power. Thank God for Donald Trump. The next day, you knew what you had to eat. It was all over your shirt. Yeah. Waking up smelling like halal, boy. There's no more kosher delis. He'll shut them down with the health inspectors. It's coming. You wait and see. They're going to be praying for Cuomo and his nipple rings, you know? They're going to wish they had an Andrew Cuomo running this fucking town, sexually harassing his subordinates. I'm going to bring a 5-footer to Smoke's house next week. Need him to babysit it for me while I go away. A 5-footer. What do you mean? A boat? What the hell do you mean? What the fuck is it? I'm not, I don't have shit. So what is a 5-footer? I don't know. I never had shit. Well, what's a 5-footer? That's a boat, right? Is that what rich people call boats? I've got a 5-footer. I've got an ass back, whatever they call those fucking boats. I've got an ass back boat. Oh, an alligator. Oh, no, I'm good. Well, we could keep it in the backyard. We could keep it in the backyard. Maybe get like a little baby pool for it or something. We keep that motherfucker in the backyard. It'll be all right. I don't know. My neighbors might catch them though and cook them. They eat whatever, you know. Cockroaches, alligators. Thought you were gonna leave your boat here. I was about to be like, hey, shit. Got a boat for a week. Got the bay right here. Take that mother out. Have a nice time on the bay. Oh, I gotta sleep with the alligator. He has nightmares. He's gonna give me fucking nightmares. Fucking Jurassic Park over here. Gonna wake up and roll over. Remember that scene in Jurassic Park? Clever girl. And the fucking Jurassic fucking raptor comes out of nowhere and eats his ass. Kills him in the fucking jungle. I'll be on the boat. That's why I need you to babysit. God damn it. Must be nice to live it up on a fucking yacht, huh? Fucking Abscan boat. Is that what it's called? Abscan? Got a nice little deck down there. Fucking fancy little plush couches and shit. Mini fridge. Must be nice. You're right, Scott. They make up any excuse to evade the law and justice. It's not a yacht, cuz. Take it easy. What up, Darren C4? Yeah, no, he's got a gator. He's been had gators, man. He got gator shoes. You have to drive hours through the wilderness to get there. What? To the prison over there? That's the whole point. Put them in the middle of the friggin' swamp. They try to escape. Fucking alligator eats them alive. It's an incentive to follow the law, and get the hell out of here. Yes, they are, Scott. Yes, they are. Oh, look who it is. Looky here. Mike's going to be driving the BMW while Rob Jean is on that boat. Nice. He's got a Beamer now, huh? Shit. There's nowhere to go even if they do escape. That's the whole point. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, Barack Obama. Bermuda, Bahama. Deport them, Barack Obama. Take you where you don't want to go. You're not going back to Mexico. Hold on, I gotta send a link to somebody. Fucking link boy. Shit. Hold on. Why is it taking so long to send? Damn it. Anyway, all right. Mike, when did you see that, you stalker? This guy probably really does know you. It's probably one of your friggin' coworkers. You don't even know it. Rob X7, I don't own a car. I don't get paid enough. Or maybe you told us about it one time, Rob. I don't know. You might have told us about that. These people got fucking memories like a hawk. That's probably fucking Kevin Wu or Timpson over there. Thank you, Scott. What a miracle. Thank you, Scott. Every Sunday, Scott comes through, man. My man. Thank you, Scott. Every little bit helps. God bless. I appreciate you. Rob Jean, when you guys passed out Memorial Day weekend, I stole food and booze. Shit. Was there any booze left? They were going through gallons of fucking Smirnoff and God knows what else. Crown Royale. Mike, you can borrow the smart car. The sales kid isn't coming for a few weeks. Smart car boy. Driving a Prius boy. The Dems are being greased. Every one of them is being silent and no leadership. What up, Michael Moormile? No. The Dems are going to have to do some soul searching that they haven't done, that they refuse to do. Look at this. Ryan Morrison, my man. There we go. $4.99 British pounds. Super sticker style. And he's been a member for 28 months, over 2 years. Look at that. God bless you, Ryan. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your dedication to this channel and for your support. My man. Yeah. American cold hard cash. Thank you, Scott. 10 bottles of Casamigos, the big ones. I'm still a little hungover. Damn. Damn. Casamigos, huh? All right, let's see what else is in the news. I'm starting to give myself a headache thinking about this Makmandi bullshit. Katie Couric slams Lauren Sanchez's wedding style as an outdated and tacky. Oh shit! Who the hell she to judge anybody? Wow, the news sucks today, huh? Dick Van Dyke, 99, sparks health concerns after dropping out of a comedy event at the last minute. Oh, gee, he's 100 years old. Here's something I thought was, well, I don't know. See what you guys think about it before I make any comments. Oh, thank you, Gene. Not Rob Gene, the other Gene. Thank you for the Venmo. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you. Nah, I feel better. Thank God. Thank you, Gene. Another person that's been with me a long time. Thank you. A Texas Starbucks customer claims she and her culture were the target of an offensive joke written on the lid of her drink by one of the store's employees. Blanca Lopez ordered a horchata latte. I want that horchata latte during a trip with her two daughters to the Starbucks inside the Irving, Texas Target store. This was on June 23rd. One of the One of Lopez's daughters noticed their mother's cup had a message scribbled in black marker across the clear lid, which is an abnormality for a company known for writing customer names on the side of its products. The cup asked, "What do you call a sick eagle?" And then the riddle was answered with, "Illegal." So I guess you call a sick eagle ill eagle. Lopez was left in shock by the joke written on her order. It's basically saying that we are sick, illegal individuals that do not belong in this country. Lopez recalled her confusion when she first saw the message, unsure if the note was a lighthearted joke or an attack on her identity. It's one of those jokes that leaves you guessing, like, you got to sit there and ponder it. Like, wait a minute, that was racist. How about you take your over expensive fucking coffee and shut the hell up? Nobody told you to order a fucking horchata. I don't even know that shit exists. I don't even know what the fuck that is. How about getting a fucking mocha frap? How about that? Well, you get a venti mocha frap, caramel frap. I don't know. Anything but fucking horchata. Would they pour hot sauce in it or something? What kind of coffee is that? It was a nice little cute message. What do you call a sick eagle? Illegal. All right, all right, all right. It's not funny. All right, it's not funny. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't write the fucking thing. Somebody else did. I'm just reading it. I do not find it amusing. Not one bit. Oh, Lopez said the joke hit close to home as she had friends and relatives deported because they were in the country illegally. Oh, well, that's your fucking problem then. Oh, oh, it's offensive to you? You don't think the American people are offended by your bullshit? Huh? Why don't you take that plastic cup and stick it up your ass? Or how about you just throw it on the floor like we know like we all know you're gonna do anyway? Just throw it on the fucking floor. Yeah, Scott finds it funny. Yeah, hot sauce boy. The billionaires are going to self-deport to Florida from New York. Yeah, definitely. New York is finished. Taton. Makmandi is starting his deportation of billionaires and podcasters in Queens. Dry ice agent. Damn, dry ice, huh? Do you think Diddy will be found guilty? Uh, well, they're gonna uh, they're gonna find him guilty of something. He's not gonna ride off into the sunset. I don't think he's getting life in jail for that bullshit that I heard. Then again, they are railroading these entertainers and celebrities. They are getting railroaded, so they might stick it to him. I don't know. From the shit that I heard, I didn't hear no fucking life sentence. I didn't hear fucking. From what I heard from the trial, I don't think it would be appropriate to give him life. Maybe 10 years in the shitter. He shouldn't get more than 10 years, but I'm no fucking court employee. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how it works. Either maybe they gotta find him guilty on everything or on nothing. Maybe there's only two choices: either everything or nothing. I don't know how it works, but if they can find him guilty of one little thing, give him 10 years, I think that's what he'll get. I can't see Diddy dying in jail doing 30 years. Not saying he doesn't deserve it, but for this shit, being a cuck and fucking baby oil all over the place and kinky sex in different states across the country, and you know that's I don't know. Might as well arrest all the celebrities then. Take the whole fucking NBA with you. Arrest the whole fucking NBA, the fucking every rapper, fucking arrest everybody. If that's the case. No, I didn't really hear, shit that he should be getting life for. So I don't know. We'll see what happens though. He's definitely in deep shit. I'll be shocked if he walks away scot free. I will be shocked. And then a lot of people are in a lot of fucking trouble. He's not off the hook, but he'll be free and back in business. And all those assholes that turned on him, all those bodyguards that fucking talk shit about him and revealed his secrets, and all these rappers coming out that fucking talking shit about him, you know, they're gonna have hell to pay. He's still got hundreds of millions of dollars. He's still got his goons out there. He's still got his rich fucking lawyers to fuck you up the ass. So those people are in trouble. They got one former bodyguard. He says he fled the country because he's awaiting Puffy's trial verdict. He says they're trying to kill him and shit because he's exposing what happened at those parties and shit. They want him. They want to silence him. I don't know. I think he's full of shit. But oh, Templar, holy Toledo. Yes, you just made it a very good show, Templar. Very good show indeed. Thanks to you, Templar, and others. But this helps a lot, Templar, especially on the last day of the month. Uh-oh, what happened here? What? Why? Why? What? I hope that was an accident. Okay, it was by mistake. All right. Yeah, I was starting to think like, what? No. Why her of all people? No. All right, you're good, Roro. We love you, Roro. That was a mistake. All right. I'm paranoid. You know that, especially lately. All right. I feel better now. Thank you, Templar. Now we got you, Mike. You're unblocked, Mike. Mike the driver. Kevin O'Leary said real estate investors are canceling contracts for expensive properties. No, it doesn't look good because, once you get the Democratic nomination in this city for mayor, it's a shoo-in. You won already, basically. Forget about the general election. You're gonna win, no matter what, because people are stupid. Oh, D for dummy. Okay, I'll sign right here. Check. Uh-huh. Oh, why is the city full of crime and trash? I wonder. Then another 4 years. Oh, the D for dummy again. Check. Yeah, fucking idiots. There's no excuse after De Blasio and now Mayor Adams why any Democrat should win fucking elected office in the city ever again for the foreseeable future. After you saw how Bloomberg and Giuliani ran this city, cleaned it up, lowered crime. Now it's all shit. Now you can't even drive down the street without your fucking tire exploding from a fucking crater. Shouts to Templar, my man Templar. Thank you, brother. Coming through at the end of the month, my man. I heard you are paying $29 for a sandwich in New York these days. Is that true? Not 29. Take away $10. It's about 18 and change. Maybe more, depending on what you get. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. You get the same sandwich in Texas for $5. Over here, you're paying 18 and change. And it's a shit meal. And the person serving it gives you a fucking attitude, not even paying attention. They're from Bangladesh or some shit, and they're talking to another Bangladeshi customer, and they're not paying attention while they're supposed to be fucking listening to your fucking instructions about what you want on your sandwich. I went through this the other day, you know? Like, hey, you think you might want to fucking pay attention to what you're doing here? I'm fucking talking to you. You're asking me what I want on the sandwich. How about you stop paying attention to the fucking Bangladeshi customer that's not even talking to you, but you want to be involved in their fucking conversation, right? You think they dealt with shit like this in the 80s and 70s? No. When you had a fucking American working behind the counter? No. You know why? Because they understood fucking customer service. The customer is always right. You got to see how they serve you your food in Bangladesh. They give you some green slop that looks like diarrhea on a fucking leaf, and they give you an attitude about it. That's how they treat you here now. They don't know. They don't know any better. We lost that in this country. Good customer service. We imported it from the third world, and that's what you get now. Back in the day, even if you were gonna go get your fucking suit dry cleaned, the guy would get up, fucking bow, fucking wave. How you doing? Now they look at you like you don't even belong in the fucking dry cleaner. Get out! You go now! Used to be a badass country at one point. What up, Kevin Wu? Kevin Wu, start crying now. Right now, Kevin. It's the last day of the month. Well, tomorrow, but it's my last day really to get some increments in. God damn it, Kevin Wu. Cry right now. God damn it. I need your tears, Kevin. I went to a place in Red Bank and a steak sandwich was $40 and wasn't all that. Yeah, you get served shit. Dun, 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 dun. She looks out of her window. Her neighborhood went to shit. They're waving the Mexican flag. What fucking country is this? Gunsmoke, remember when my father told me, yeah, you get out now, you stupid American. Kevin Wood, I forbid you to play with him. You stay away from him. You must study calculus. Oh, here we go. Look at this beauty.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's going on?
Chilling, God. What's going on?
Good. What's the topic?
I was just being borderline racist and isolationist. I gotta stop.
Uh,
Yeah, I gotta stop. I gotta
look
calm
at
down.
Kevin Wu. Look at Kevin. Look at Kevin Wu. No, when he laughs, his eyes close.
Wait, what?
When he laughs, his eyes close.
Now that was borderline racist.
Come on.
No, I'm joking.
Some
No, I'm
Sunday
sorry.
humor.
Yeah, I know. These people
What's
gotta
up,
fucking
babe?
lighten up.
Yeah, yeah. Rob Jean in the house. What's going on? Who we got there? Fat Bald Italian. How are you? How's everybody doing?
Thank you, Ro. You blew it. You blew it.
You blew it.
Remember that movie, Copland?
Yeah, let me just. There you go.
Robert De Niro. You
Nice.
blew it.
Becky, how are you? Yes, yes. Tatone in the house. What's up?
Thank you, Ro. Tatone. You gotta shove a steak sandwich up your ass.
Yeah. I was watching
Philly
the
cheesesteak.
Anthony Reggiano show this morning. Pretty good.
Why? What's he talking about?
No, he was taking questions and answers. He could sharpen up in his reading skills, but other than that, he was good.
Why he reads like me? Is he
Like
dyslexic?
like me. I mean, maybe he sees like me, reads like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you read fine. You read fine. Templar, what's up? But yeah, he has a good show, man. I was listening to him. I always like listening to Anthony. He's one of my. I never met him before. I never talked to him, but he's one of my favorites.
I forget he's even around doing this YouTube
No,
stuff.
he's good at what he does, and you gotta remember who his dad was, and he was around people too. He has a lot of good stories. You know, he's a part one to my Bobby Vernice, like Bobby Glasses, and what I mean by that is when I talk about Bobby, I mean Bobby after. I think he went on the lam for a while. I don't know, and basically when he starts coming around again, that's when I meet him. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he knew him. He knew the whole situation would happen. Apparently, according to Anthony, the guy who's actually was initiated that whole double homicide that Bobby was involved in, or apparently, because we never talked about it, was they were looking to whack him. I think one of the guys was one of the Gotti's niece's not husband but boyfriend at the time, and they were gonna whack him. So Bobby was probably on that spectrum too.
He's gonna get whacked.
The tongue goes, watch that too, Anthony. Saw you. Yeah, I was on. I asked a question when I was there. I don't think he knows who I am. That's fine. I mean,
Oh, you trying to talk to him in the chat?
yeah, I left the question, and it was in regards to somebody me and Howie had spoken about phone books because I knew he was around. I think he dated one of the Ruggiano's sisters, Chris phone books. So I just asked him, hey, you ever heard of whatever happened to him? You know, I was always cool with him. Phone books had demons, but he was a funny bastard. You know, he could get a little bit loud sometimes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but that was about it. What's up, Rob G? What's going on? There's somebody I haven't seen in a while. How you doing? Hey guys,
he shows up on Sundays.
We have a sound bite that when he comes on, we use it on our show.
Yeah, I've heard it. What's up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? Yeah. And then he follows it up by you prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was it. Fucking about what am I showing tits?
What is that, Burberry boy?
No, I don't know. I'm having some people over in a little while, so
yeah.
We're gonna watch that soccer game, the Inter Milan game, I guess, which I fucking hate now.
Oh my god! I just saw on Instagram they were showing like Rome, like a guy was walking around Rome.
Yeah.
Oh my
god! What a Juventus shirt?
No, man, it's taken over by the third world, man.
Oh, the fourth world, they call it.
He's
West.
walking around like, look at this. Not one Italian. There's not one
There's
Italian
always
walking around.
sketch, like any big city, though. They're all fucking gypsies begging, scamming.
I don't know how Europe allows that shit. They've taken over all of Europe. You know. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah. David says, I'm working on my fourth cup of coffee.
David boy, Jesus.
Yeah, these days I could have one. Back in the day, I could have like fucking 4 double espressos, like nothing.
The day just started.
Yeah.
Um,
What else? What else, brother?
fuck. Nah, I mean, fuck. Nothing really going on. I'm just worried about this new mayor they got coming around New York now. This Mahmoudi shit.
He's a leftist, apparently.
It's worse than that. He's a fucking Hamas supporting Intifada fucking jihadist. I mean, he's only been in the country about 8 years. He's already stirring shit up. He already hates what's going on in his country. He wants to change it.
He's only been here, what, 7 years?
Yeah. And he's already running for mayor, 33 years old. Like, where you get the fucking nerve to even think
From
that
what
you
country?
deserve? I don't know where he's from. Middle East somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Only in New York.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think to become a congressman or any elected official, you should be born in this country. You know, you shouldn't be born somewhere else. I mean, I'm sorry.
I agree. And
Look at Ilhan Omar. She comes here from Somalia. We take her in as a refugee. She becomes a congresswoman. She's a multimillionaire from her scheming and fucking corruption. And she complains about this country. She got the fucking nerve to say it's the worst place in the world. Are you fucking nuts?
Yeah.
She should be eating fucking bat shit out of a fucking ditch in a hole somewhere. I don't know.
You know, I've said this 100 times. I mean, do we get it wrong in this country sometimes? Yeah, but you know what? You know, I said it. Human beings have flaws, and
yes,
human beings make laws, and wherever there's human beings, there's always going to be laws and flaws. I'd rather roll the dice in this country than any country in the world, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Especially when you're going up and yeah, our justice system, it's suspect, but at least we have one. You know, due process.
One of the best in the country. I mean, in the world.
Well, compared to other countries, of course. You got this fucking Vitali guy. He's in the Philippines looking at 20 years.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, he was doing dickhead shit, but in this country,
absolutely. But in this country, he was getting away with it. Now he goes to another country and he's looking at 20 years.
Yeah.
Is it harsh? Yeah. But I mean, does he deserve doing some time? Of course. He can't, you know, he does a lot of fucking straight out bullshit, you know.
That guy's weird.
I'd rather him fucking just gotten his head fucking cracked open over there than fucking doing 20 years, you know. And he probably does too now.
Oh, he regrets it now, yeah, for sure.
He's living in a cell with 30 people that fucking he's a stranger in a strange land, you know, and
he's the odd man out over there.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, they don't give a fuck about him. You
sticks out like a sore thumb, so he's fucked.
What did Tatone say?
What up, Common?
Hey, Common, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Happy Sunday.
Side bet I have with my cousin. Did the mafia have a rule that you can't have facial hair?
No.
For made guys, right?
No, yes and no. In Italy, it don't matter. I mean, there's a guy that runs my town. I'm not going to mention his name because he used to anyway. Two of them.
Vito Cassioferro?
No. Recent days. One's in jail. I think they're both in jail now. One for conspiracy. He violated, and the other guy has been in jail for 30, 40 years. And he's relatives to, actually, that one is relatives to Dino Calabro. I gave that one away. That's his last name. And they have, you see what I got right now? They have that kind of the handlebar shit. Here, what happened was with Gottiisms and all that came about, or about 70s and then enforced in the 80s, it was frowned upon. Yeah, definitely frowned upon. So if you did get made, you were, it wasn't a rule, but it was like, you're like, hey man, you know, your captain would tell you, or somebody would tell you, hey man, just take that off. You know,
yeah.
There's a rumor, and I don't know how true it is. I tell you, I never met I look like Goose Gossage. Thanks, Dio. That's a compliment.
Who the fuck is that?
Goose Gossage was a reliever for the Yankees and San Diego.
Okay.
Comment says I look studios. I sound like Anthony Ruggiano for a minute. Yeah, thanks. I gotta put up a front because
What?
I got people coming over, so I
Oh.
don't. A lot of people don't know I do this. So when they come over, I just gotta play like, "Hello, welcome." You know?
I
What do
like
you do for a living? Yeah, I run a lesbian joint. And what you do before that? You know, my wife kicked me out the house like Felix Unger, and I have been living here forever.
Yeah, Yankees follow that. Well, they used to follow that rule too
No facial. Yeah, they did.
for a while.
I heard wise guys don't wear shorts. True or false? I've seen wise guys wear shorts.
Don doesn't wear shorts.
I guess when you're going to meet somebody for dinner, like in that movie that The Irishman, when fucking Provence, I don't know how true that was. He's in Florida and he shows up with fucking shorts and Hoffa tells him, "Is that how you show up at a meeting?" That's a lot of truth to that. If you're gonna go meet somebody and you're gonna go for dinner, but I've seen wise guys in shorts a fair amount of time without sounding gay. Because that's the next one, you know. But yeah, I have, of course.
Allman Brothers, boy.
And
Shouts to
I like
Lance.
Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him in concert, but like, so Greg Allman died recently in 2009, and that was one of my first concerts after I went to see after I got out of prison. They were great. He didn't do much, you know. He played behind his keyboards, and the whole band played because he was getting old. And his son was a guitar player who played him behind him, Elijah Blue, or whatever was his name.
Elijah Blue.
Yeah. What's up, Templar Tatone? Oh, look who's here. I know you want me back, but it can't happen. I'm sorry. Oh man. That song makes me stop the time. It brings me back. Mussolini, yeah.
So she's got a fundraiser here
Hello, Lance. She has a fundraiser for what?
that her and Casperosa put together.
Right.
Give.reeve.org.
Give it
Team
what? Let's see. You're being serious now.
Yeah. No, this is serious.
Yeah, okay.
That's what she. Yeah, that.
And what is it?
Casperosa dropped it last night too. I don't know. Let me see.
What is it in regards to?
I'll check it out right now. Let's see.
You know, they're both serious people. They wouldn't scam me. I know that for a fact. You just know people after a while.
For Charlie Superman, they've raised $321. Their goal is $10,000.
Okay.
What is it for? Let me see. Team Reeve. Is it Christopher Reeve shit?
Oh, Christopher Reeve. That was that guy who played Superman who got paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a clip of him where he goes after Marlon Brando for being such a fucking pompous prick.
He wasn't he?
He said, yeah, I mean, he didn't even want to be there. He got $1 million for just showing up, or $2 million to play his father in Superman. And he made it uncomfortable for everybody. He was just thought he was better than everybody and took his money and fucked off. At least, you know, pretend you want to, oh, okay, I got to be here for this, that kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, that was another guy, weird guy, Marlon Brando.
He was really weird. You know, he was bisexual. That makes him weird or anything like that. But yeah, I didn't know that.
He had a weird kid too. I forgot what the kid did. Somebody got killed.
Oh, he killed the daughter's boyfriend for beating up on his sister. That's what he did.
Oh.
Yeah, he was abusing his sister and he killed him. I don't know how weird that sounds to some people. To
the
me,
sister,
it sounds like justice.
then
You put hands on your sister, you fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Or any woman, you know. I'm not for that shit.
But then did she lie about the guy or something? I don't know. There's something weird with that story. I forgot. And then she ended up killing herself. I don't remember.
Because she liked the guy. That's like battered women. A lot of them just help to lie for their fucking guy after a while because they just don't want to break something, either the kids or the financial situation. And that's one of the biggest fucking, snag in the road on those kind of relationships, that they fucking protect their abuser.
Yeah.
Mo says we started it after someone went at the nephew of a good friend, turning a negative into a positive. Spinal cord injuries common. Yeah,
that's the Christopher
not the
Reeves
motive,
Foundation.
but yeah, no, spinal injuries are definitely common. And yeah,
Yeah, DV
let's
boy.
do it.
DV boy.
Yeah, common sense said Marlon Brando was a horrible individual, a real scumbag. Everybody said, yeah. I heard
Well,
the same thing.
he had a fucking attitude problem. Him and Val Kilmer didn't get along either. On the island of Dr. Monroe, the last movie he made while he was alive, Marlon Brando, they had a problem on the set. They couldn't be doing scenes together and shit. Val Kilmer left early or something. Said, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whoever knew Don Corleone took it in the butt, but that's okay. Picture Vito Corleone, right? In the Pride Parade. I'll make you a suck. You couldn't refuse.
Let me think.
Well, what happened?
I'm trying to think of like a good way.
Well, we should make up a fucking like little story theme that
For your
Don
father.
with the Grand Marshal of fucking the Pride Parade in New York City is actually one of its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out in fucking drag.
Don Fagucci.
Don Faganuli. I use the word. I work. Yeah, that could have. No.
Va.
Yeah. Yeah. When did you ever invite me for a little nightcap or hanging out or a little hand job?
What else? I'm trying to think of a good scene. Fuck it. I can't think right now.
Well, we could come up with some shit eventually.
That's funny though.
The Gay Godfather.
Apocalypse Now. Brando pulled the same shit.
Apocalypse. Yeah. Apocalypse Now. You know when they do word plays on movies?
Yeah.
Saving
Ryan's Privates. Yeah.
Apocalypse Now.
Remember when Brando sent the fake Indian chick to pick up his Oscar? She wasn't even a real Indian. I remember that. Yes, that was a big scandal.
Yeah, they said him and Richard Pryor. Yeah, that's
and of course,
whatever. I mean, it's to each their own. Yeah, common. But I mean, what are you gonna do? That's how that mind works. That's how they're wired.
Shouts to drum. Fucking Richard Pryor, huh? Oh yeah, they were getting high off a crack or something. The guy woke up in bed. Yeah, they're supposedly they were doing crack or some shit.
God,
Richard
he was
Pryor
the fattest crackhead out there.
Yeah. He
fucking was. Marlon Brando.
Yeah. I heard a rumor Christopher Reeves wanted to be Christopher Walken. That's so fucked up.
Hey, what the fuck? I don't think he's gonna be offended. He's dead.
Wow.
Yeah, that I can walk now.
Wow, look at me.
Christopher Walken, that's an underrated actor. I mean, you always hear other names before him. He's been in a lot of good movies. He's very versatile too.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. One of his favorite roles I liked that he was in was that At Close Range with Sean Penn. It was based on a true story about a father who was a thief all his life and had him and his brothers, and then they had offsprings, and then they used their offsprings and eventually tried to kill them off. It happened in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing we're going to hear that Loman's related to them.
Actually, that's my third cousin. You don't know who I know.
I mean, not that Loman is, but that family was really white trash, and they went to stealing cars. They actually are labeled. If you look at close range, They're actually labeled as a crime organization at one time, but they were nothing more fucking like, those town people that fucking they have big families and they just abuse people forever.
Yeah. Like
You
those who are those motherfuckers? The Murdals.
know,
Remember the Murdahl? Like Pow Pow. They killed Pow Pow. Remember
were they
Murdahl?
real?
Yeah, in South Carolina, the ginger guy, he killed his wife and kid. You don't remember?
They were like more white collar, right? White collar
Yeah, but they were
big
like they ran the
family.
town. Like the family was like an astute family for like 100 years in that town. They ran the whole fucking courts and police and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Um, yeah, no, I know who you're talking about. You see a lot of that in the South, though. In the South, there's a good old boy system, and whenever I live there, I'll go back. I see a lot of that with families that I know now. They're white collar, but they're lawyers and whatever, and politicians. It's good to know. Not that anything illegal, just in case you're wronged by anybody or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to hate Kevin Bacon back in the day, Tatone. Fucking Kevin Bacon. I used to
I
hate his face.
told Deer Hunter was a great one. Yeah, Deer Hunter was a great movie.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate that scene though, man. When they gotta play that fucking Russian
Russian
roulette.
roulette.
I hate
That's
that
what makes
fucking
the
scene.
movie. It makes you like fucking hold on to your nuts.
Yeah, I just want to strangle the motherfucker though when they're going bow bow bow. I just want to fucking strangle
Yeah,
that motherfucker.
I'll tell you,
Uh,
Asians make great, great, great villains in movies.
Kidnappers? Oh yeah.
Oh man, they do. They really do.
Wow,
And,
look at
you know,
this.
and, and that whole phenomenon and that whole phenom started after World War II. I would say, that it's unfortunate that everybody thinks
Anti-communist stuff.
everybody thinks they're Japanese, and
Yeah.
you get the Archie Bunkers of the world or whatever,
There
and
were a
they're
lot
like,
of those. Yeah.
oh, there's, I'm using the
Vernacular.
I'm using the derogatory terms just to explain. They regard that generation regarded everybody as a chink, everybody as a yellow belly. Everybody is, they didn't differentiate if you were Japanese or Philippines.
Yeah.
Fuck. My father couldn't tell the difference between them.
I could tell the difference.
I can too. Spending time in as much as I did in Seattle, or have. Southeast Asians do look different. Like Cambodians, they got a flatter nose. Like Laotians do too, and where Cambodians are a little bit darker, and the Vietnamese who are like the more educated of the group is because they've been invaded by so many other people over the years. The French, the Americans, the Spanish at one time even got in there. That they're mixed, so they learn about other cultures, not about their just basically where Cambodia or Laos. They don't, you know what I mean? Like the Philippines, they're also a smart people too, worldly, not smart. They're all smart. Let's just get that shit straight. It's just more worldly and more educated, and that's in Sicily too. Like if you go to Sicily at one time, now there's the internet. It's not so they're the same people, but if you go to the coast, people are more educated, more or even a bigger city. It's because they learn from other people that are there, that visit, that on vacation. Where if you're in the mainland and live in a town of 2,000, and who the fuck's gonna go there? We're old men smoking cigarettes all day like this, and one cafe and about 10,000 sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna. So that's kind of like the same thing. The more people come into your country from other cultures, other countries, the more educated you're going to be on the world. That's why we're one of the smarter countries too. We're also one of the dumber ones too.
Yeah. Well. Yes. Yeah. But thank you, NCO7. Thank you. Good to see you today. Shouts to NCO7. Hope you're doing good, brother.
Congratulations to Brett, a honeymoon boy. He just came back.
Honeymoon boy.
Yeah, Cambodia is next to Laos. There's Cambodia, Laos. That's French Indonesia right there. So yeah. I mean, everywhere you go, I wouldn't know nothing about these people. I honestly, unless living in the Northwest, they're all over. Great people. Women rule the house, though. They're crazy. Those women are nuts, bro.
Yeah.
But good people, hardworking people.
Good to see you, Bella. We may need a disclaimer. I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody.
There you go, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where's Cambodia?
Cambodia. Pol Pot. Remember Pol Pot?
Pol Pot?
Mm-hmm.
Pol Pot.
They're darker, but they have a bigger nose too. Most Cambodians, flatter.
Thank
So
you, Jersey.
because they didn't have much mixture in there from the when the Chinese invaded.
Yeah.
So they have they got flatter noses and darker. You got a lot of them. Believe it or not, they used to tell me up in. I never been to these places. I've been through them. Lowell and Lynn in Massachusetts. They have a lot of people from Laos. I got a friend of mine from Laos. Always reminds me. That was my first stop I ever went to. How he talks.
Yeah.
Laos. I go, what the fuck were you doing in Lowell and Lynn? You know what I mean? Did you meet the Ward brothers or something?
Fucking Laos. Jesus.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, Pol Pot was fucking ruthless.
Good to see you, Jersey. Thank you for being a member for 31 months.
That was a movie, The Killing Fields. I remember that one. That was a good movie.
I've heard of this movie before.
Yeah. Well, not good in the sense that you're going to come up a certain way out of it.
Yeah.
It's about genocide. Anytime I don't, it's like an oxymoron. I just seen a movie about genocide, but yet it was great. I mean, like, what the fuck? It was mine. It opened up your eyes to a lot of bullshit people go through.
Joey Frakes.
What do you say?
He said, Smoke, I need you to run down to Harlem and get me some Cambodian breast milk. Throw it over the fence at MDC. Diddy.
Yeah, Cambodia, bro.
Yeah, that Cambodian breast milk tastes good.
Yeah, nah. Pol Pot would have done, and he didn't have as much time as Hitler did because he got taken down.
I've never even heard of him before. Pol Pot?
POL and then Pot. He's got a
He-
very sophisticated name.
Is that where the chicken pot pie recipe comes
The
from?
chicken Pol Pot pie.
That's the secret recipe.
I wish that bastard would have got fucking nabbed by Pol Pot. He would have felt really good. He really liked fascist. Pol Pot was a real fan of fascist, or anybody that thinks they were fascist.
You gonna torture me?
Oh, I was just kidding. I like you, Pol Pot. I like your cousin Chicken.
It's a Call of Duty gaming tattoo. It's not Hitler.
George Costanza, Walker's Bakery in Astoria was always packed after that movie came out about the crime family in Pennsylvania. They were the best people in the world as parents. Walker's family. Yeah, you could tell he came from a artsy family too. I mean, he came into the as a dancer. He was a dancer. You know that, right?
A dancer.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dancing?
Someone who likes to dance.
The cha cha or the fucking tango or
Yeah,
he's a
cha-cha one
waltz?
time. Cha-cha. Yeah, well, he was a more Broadway-ish,
Okay.
Then he plays that really good part in fucking about the Sicilians and being black.
Yeah.
True Romance with
True
Dennis
Romance,
Hopper. That dialogue they have with each other,
Yeah.
pretty good.
There's another good actor, Dennis Hopper.
You know, had that kind of condescending fucking way about him.
Who's that?
Hold on.
Oh, Joey Merlino.
Hello.
Let me put it on mute.
Yeah, I'm on the podcast.
Put him on mute. Thank you so much, Bella. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much. Thank God.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
give me a minute, okay? Put
All
me
right.
on mute. Put
All
me
right.
on mute.
You think I need this, Ajita? Thank you guys so much for the support today. Keeping the channel alive, especially on the last day of the month. Thank God. Thank you. And thank Jesus. And thank you, Becky. Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. From what I understand, Marlon Brando said the Lady Boys were also different in Laos. Oh, jeez. Would he go on a tour of the Lady Boys in Laos? What do you say? They're lousy over here. These Lady Boys are lousy in Laos. Good to see you, Jersey. Member for 31 months. Holy Toledo. Ah, tomorrow's alimony day. Nice. There you go. That's beautiful. Joey Frakes, boy. Weightlifters buy breast milk for working out. It tastes like sour milk. You ever had Dominican breast milk? What do you hear? What do you say?
You hear me?
Maybe.
Okay, that means no.
No, we hear you.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? We're talking about those people back in Southeast Asia. Shout out. I would love to go to Vietnam, actually.
Would you get a call from Kevin Wu? Like, you better change your attitude now.
Yeah, actually, I did.
I heard what you say.
When you laugh, you look like you're sleeping.
Big disrespect for my family.
Yeah. How do you say you've been to the beach in China?
I don't know. How do you say it?
Why so tan?
Why so tan?
Yeah. That means you've been to the beach.
Yeah.
Only a guy that was around Asians can understand that.
What's your name? Why so tan?
Why so tan? Hey, boy. So they used to call me boy, the Chinese person. I was
Hey,
like 20
boy.
years old. He was still calling me boy. Hey, no, boy. Like, I'm 20 now, bro. That was cute when I was getting fucking Chinese food for my family.
You're a little boy.
I'd be on my date. Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
I'm like,
I know you, boy.
I felt like Django.
Django.
That was a great movie.
I love that movie.
Samuel Jackson plays a great Uncle Tom.
That's in my top 5 movies of all time.
Really good. And
they put Tupac Shakur in there too.
Was he in it?
Yeah, at the end when the shooting scene, when he's shooting up the house, they play Tupac Shakur music.
Oh, I thought he was actually in it.
No, they played his music. Am I wrong? Because I want to get it on till I die.
Well, DL, yeah, right. That's right. Tony Buick will take me on a tour of Asia.
Are you sure you want that tour?
Rich and famous with Tony Buick and the Asian edition.
Did you see the lady boy he met the other day? Ken?
Yeah, I know. I kind of feel like this is gonna go that way with this guy one day.
It already did. What do you mean? He propositioned.
Come on, pull out your zucchini and show these Italian boys what you got.
I'll close my eyes. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're going now, boy.
You're just going a direction. Yeah. I cannot. I'm actually gonna be like, wow. I kind of sad to say knew it was coming.
The show took a horrible turn, didn't
it? What, Tony Buick?
Where did we go wrong?
Oh yeah. To catch a predator, Southeast edition. What you doing here, boy? I come here from the United States. I heard he was hungry, but he only 12.
Boy,
now go. Hey, 10 minutes later, you see him. Not Tony Buick, but anybody. I would feel very uncomfortable going on a plane from the States to that fucking country because in my mind I'm looking around and saying, there's a lot of these scumbags on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A flight to fucking Australia from New York is $1,400, and 1 day and 5 hours to get there.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it like 23 hours?
Are you fucking kidding me?
That was the whole thing. I think they ever since then. I'm not jinxing them. God forbid, I hate fucking planes. But Qantas had never had an air traffic disaster. I don't know since that was from the movie. I learned that from the movie with the Rain Man. Remember, he didn't want to fly, but he only fly. So statistically, he had to look at all the planes that never had a crash, and
Yeah.
Qantas was one of them. But that was 1988. I'm pretty sure they had one since. And he says, I'm only going to fly Qantas. So, Tom Cruise is like, so we're going to go to Vegas. We're going to fly to fucking Australia and then come back to fucking Las Vegas. You don't want to fucking fly. The next thing they're in a car together. I thought that was great.
Fucking Tom Cruise, boy.
So he was cool at one time. Then he fucking got fucking super weird.
Well, fucking Scientology.
Yeah, that's what happens to these fucking people. They're so smart, but they don't realize that fucking event. That once they become famous, they start talking stupid and doing dumb things. Like buying Afghani milk, breast milk, is it or whatever?
Cambodian.
Cambodian breast. I mean, would you do that if you were fucking had $100 in your pocket and you were living fucking day by day or week by week, whatever the fuck before you became famous? I'm not saying that P. Diddy had it bad, but I'm pretty sure you have to be very, very rich and nothing to do with your money if you're gonna go buy Cambodian breast milk.
I'd rather get it from the source, get a Cambodian going through postpartum depression and, get it straight from the chocolate nipple itself,
Right. Or you could get strength by having Gotti nipple.
I don't know about that. Maybe have a nice haircut.
And I mean Gotti, I mean that one person. I don't mean the family because they never did anything to me, so I keep them out of it. They never said anything bad about me, so I'm not gonna say anything about them. So I'm just gonna call her Angel. That's it, because I'm not gonna affiliate her family with the way I feel. She's throwing things at me. I've never did anything to her. Matter of fact, at one time I actually kind of sort of defended her, not but condescendingly too. I'll give her credit for that because I just triggered it up that she wasn't that educated. When I'm drunk, I have better words. But
you just came up with something so fucking genius that you don't even know what you just said.
What's that?
Gotti breast milk.
Yeah. No, Angel breast. It's got to be changed. I'm not going to go that direction because they never said anything to me. You know what I mean? It's Angel breast milk. Makes you stronger.
Or dumber.
Like then you become a Bulgarian weightlifter. You're stronger and dumber. Come here, Olga. You lift weights now. Oh, very nice.
Look at me.
Look at me. I got hair on my fucking nipples.
Ice on my bones.
Like, yeah. All right, let's get off topic.
You want to talk about the breast milk, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know Christopher Walken was in Kill the Irishman. He played the old loan shark.
The word, yeah, that's right. That word right there. I seen a meme with talk about Jewish people. Shout out, from Jerry Seinfeld saying that we're basically funny people because we take these tragedies in our lives that's happened the last 2,000 years and turn them into like we either ignore what's going on in our lives by just being funny. Or these smart brains that we have because Jewish people are smart. There's no denying that.
Yeah,
and focus it on comedy because there's I love comedy. Obviously, I like to laugh and Jewish people they gave so much to the American comedy scene and other countries too. But that you look back, you got Rodney Dangerfield. Seinfeld's okay to me anyway. There's all walks. You go back, Henry Youngman.
Yeah.
So we could go on forever though. I'm an Adam Sandler guy, and people go, he's so fucking corny and shit.
No, he had his run though.
He had his run on stage. He was very funny, especially my generation. He used to mimic the Beastie Boys while doing his raps into comedy. I liked him.
No, there was another guy that was funny too. I forgot his name. I don't know. He died in a car accident.
Billy Crystal's funny.
No, I hate Billy Crystal. He don't have a sense of humor. He's a piece of shit. Fucking Stuttering John tried to interview him in the 90s, and he had a fucking attitude. He's like, I don't like what you guys do. I don't like Howard. Meanwhile, Howard was cool at the time. This is pre-woke,
Another funny Jewish guy that I don't know where he's going. You know, he's got his money, so now he thinks
Yeah, he sold out.
he sold out. He's got to feel fucking like he sold out. But it's funny how these guys. I don't think he sold. I think he always thought that way. I just thought he.
Well, that's what he always wanted. He wanted to be a part of the Hollywood elite, to be accepted. Because
Yeah,
back then he felt like he was an outcast, you know. Now he's
yeah.
got the money, and everybody thinks he's cool and shit in Hollywood. And he made friends with Jimmy Kimmel and shit.
I think I sent you like a TikTok or something of Dave Clark, um, from American Bandstand interviewing Carol O'Connor, and they asked him a question: how would Carol O'Connor answer this question, and how Archie Bunker would answer this question? I send it to you,
Uh-huh.
and you get to see two different people right off the bat how they answer, and it's funny as shit.
Fucking Joe Dirt
They,
Bud.
you know, because they asked him about conformist, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, we actually need." As Carol O'Connor, right? He's like, "You know, we actually need these people to look out for our environment to make it a better place." And he goes, "How about Archie Bunker?" Now he goes, "You're gonna save the trees? The, what are you talking? You know, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. How are we gonna write? How are we
Well,
gonna
that's
do this? You
acting.
know?"
Yeah.
And they're just two different people.
Yeah.
Good, Jackie. Bella, what's up, Bella? If I say hi to nobody, it's because it's going fast. That means we got some people here.
We got a few people.
How much? 12?
A little more.
All right, I'll go by 14. I don't know 14. Nobody likes me. I can't.
It ain't what it used to be. No, it's not you. It's me.
No, it's not you. It's
You
me. I've
do,
heard that
you,
before.
you do fine. Yeah.
That's what Mo said to me at the end.
It's not you,
You
Frank.
ever heard that before? It's not you, it's me. Everybody's heard it before, you know. And if you haven't, you're just a good-looking bastard with a lot of money.
Yeah.
That says anything your girl wants you to say. But I've heard that before. No, bitch, it's me.
Or when they say they want to break and shit, that's how you
I
know
mean,
it's
bitch, I
over.
don't mean in a bad way. I'm just,
Yeah. No. You know.
it's what
They
I
know.
think, it's not what I
Yeah.
said. Yeah. I work with
Jacket.
girls all the time. They're just fucking.
They call each other bitch. You know. Hey, bitch. You know that
Yeah,
bullshit.
but black people call themselves the N word. Don't mean we have to call them that.
Oh yeah. I'll never understand that one.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
He used the unaccepted word, the N word, not the hard R one, but the one with
Oh,
the
they.
O.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
all right.
I was like, it's all right. He don't know, you know. He
Yeah.
was trying to be. He was like a good looking man. He was a blip blip. You look like a Russian priest. I don't know what a Russian priest looks like, but I'll take it. I'll take it, Tony.
The
B.
Orthodox fucking Christian Orthodox out there.
You know
Yeah.
they kiss 3 times. You know the Serbians, the Orthodox.
They kiss you 3 times.
Yeah, in the cheek. 1, 2, 3. It's religious
Yeah.
or something like that.
The Holy Trinity.
How about we don't kiss at all? Like, how about that?
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
Oh, fucking Bobby Glaciers hated that shit.
Want to kiss it on the cheek?
What? Because
It's
I
a,
see you every day. What the fuck? Would you come out of jail or something? You come from Italy? All of a sudden, everybody's kissing each other. What the? You know, he had this
no.
one guy, Joe Gambino, I grew up with. He used his whole fucking face to go into somebody
Yeah.
that your fucking head would fucking be like, what the fuck, bro? If he was sweating and stuff, you know, and he did like the nose candy a little bit. So if you caught him on a fucking good one, you got fucking, you know, you had sweat on both sides of your face.
Fuck.
Like, what the skip outs, you know?
So
So what Bobby started doing, he started doing the old strong arm, like the straight arm.
he grabs your fucking
And
forearm.
he would dance together for a minute until you figured it out.
Like, no, don't come in for the kiss. Don't come in for the kiss.
Yeah. No. How you doing?
Yeah, no.
He used to go over the table like this when somebody come in, and he used to say, "Fucking hate, fucking trying to kiss me. What the fuck?" Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
funny.
a tradition, isn't it? It's like, well, you only supposed to do it for main guys, right?
In Italy they do it. When I go to Italy, they also hold hands when they're arm to arm. Guys could hold arm to arm when they're walking.
When they're walking. Well, you do that with the old guys, yeah.
Well, the young guys do it too. You know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. It shows unity. But you know, I'm a New York kid, 15 years old. The fucking guy wants to hold my arm and talk on the fucking beach. You know what I mean? like 3 of us, 4 of us. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then you start thinking, well, nobody's gonna really say anything. Who the fuck is gonna see it? It's not like gonna be my Irish neighbor. You fucking homo! I see you with fucking 5 guys on a fucking beach. I gotta see him. You know what I mean? So I like that.
Kissing and holding hands.
Yeah. First you kiss hello, and then you fucking fucking like you know how the Irish are. They're unforgiving. You fucking what tradition is that? To fucking put it in your ass tradition?
Yeah.
But that kissing thing is they do it, and if you're there and you're gonna start fucking protesting it, then they're gonna think you're better than them. So you just go with the flow.
Yeah. So Bobby wasn't having that shit though.
It wasn't that. I think if he came out, he was fine with it. If it was his friend, if a guy came out of prison, even a regular guy, he didn't think he was better than anybody. But it was the guy who came into your fucking coffee shop 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Kissing
you every time.
Yeah, one of those guys that just wanted so bad to be in some fucking FBI photo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, I'm kissing Bobby Glasses. You know what I mean? You got that shit too.
Turn to the right a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Paisano.
Will Smith smacked that reporter for kissing him on the cheek. Yeah, I seen that.
See, that was the first time when he was loose with his hands, but that was justified. Nobody blamed him for that.
No, nobody blamed him for that.
Second time, he got out of control with Chris Rock.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
That tradition comes from the Greeks.
What else we got?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Let me think. Fucking A.
Hold on. Let me see. I think something knocked. Hold on.
Yeah.
1 minute.
I think you're about to get raided or something.
Nah, I'm busy. Hold on.
Florida diver convicted of freeing 19 sharks says he's speechless after getting a pardon from Donald Trump. Florida-based shark diver convicted of illegally freeing marine wildlife intended for research off the Sunshine State coast was left speechless after receiving a surprise pardon from President Trump.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm back. Let me just call it fucking whack job. It's all right. You don't have to.
Yeah. They should have hung this guy.
What else we got? Go ahead. Go with your show.
Yeah. No, some asshole let sharks free in the ocean that were captured for research. Trump just gave him a pardon. They should have hung this guy. Releasing deadly creatures into the ocean. Piece of shit. Somebody said Diddy might be cooked on key sex crime charge, expert says, as jury preps for deliberation. Damn. It's not looking good.
All right, I guess somebody's mad at me. Too bad. Yeah. They
fucking asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Did he what?
I just think it's funny. I don't know.
Crazy.
He had a good night last night, and the next day, whatever.
That's what you get for fucking associated with crazies.
Yeah.
The Diddy case. The cross-examination I heard was fucking excellent.
Yeah.
And not the cross-examination, the closing arguments. And the closing arguments from the prosecutor, not so much. Now, you could take that for where it comes. I mean, I remember the Anthony case. I thought she was fucking nailed. And then I was like, what the fuck? So
I can never tell. Yeah.
But according to one of these news reporters, it hit the jurors a lot of strings. There was like these 3 African American women on the black women, because I don't know if they were African American. They could have been from somewhere else, but just black women were on the jury, and they started like nodding and smirking, like like what he was making the good points. Like, for example, did he hit the girl? Yeah, he hit the girl, but that's not what he was being charged with.
No.
Did he human traffic chicks or make money human trafficking that consisted of a racketeering, and he only needs 2 offenses to consist of a racketeering. They get them, he's fucked.
Yeah.
And the maximum minimum is 15 years. So I don't know. They made it look like, but I'm pretty sure, and I remember being on the stand myself. You get a direct the you get to be directed, and
Uh-huh.
then so I don't know if it's the same for closing arguments, because when you get first you go direct, and then the defense cross examines you, and then the direct could come has an option to either come on to fix what the what the defense try to jam you up on, or just say no, we got no, we're fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you see how the feds they stack their fucking deck. If they feel the cross examination wasn't truthful, or you were just coercing the witness, or trying to make them admit to something, and not giving a full explanation, they have the option to come back on and fix that.
Shit.
So they get two shots, you get one
Yeah.
as a defense attorney.
Well, they're saying the defense got an employee of one of the companies to say that Diddy was just buying the escort's time and not any sexual performance, which the jury could use as a basis to acquit Diddy on the transportation charges, which is
Mm-hmm.
the RICO shit.
Do you need two or more on the yeah, on the RICO you do. You need to get the two to, or else it's not a RICO. You need two or more
Predicate
predicates.
acts, yeah.
Mm-hmm. In other words, if it's one, it's just a charge that could have been done separately. But RICO brings 20 years more to your charge. It's got enhancements
Yeah.
in all types. He definitely got leadership role, which is an enhancement on your charge alone, on your number, your level, But like I was a level 43, I couldn't go no higher. But they could have, if let's say I would have on a plea, they go, well, we'll take this off, or we'll take that off. I wanted a case. Well, he was the shooter, yeah, but it wasn't his indictment, and he's not the leader in this indictment, So we could take this off, but we don't. But at the end of the day, after global plea, they were sticking me with a 24-year sentence.
So you think he's gonna get found guilty?
Hey, Squend, what's up, buddy? It's the feds. I mean, if I had to bet money, I would say yes, because they don't lose cases, man. But in trial, they see, that's the other misconception. Their record going to trial and pleas are two different things. People take pleas. It's like 90. The conviction rate on a plea is like 90%, something ridiculous. But how many people really take them to trial? What's their trial record? People don't take them to trial because they got too much to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In some cases, a quarter of the time that you'd be looking at, in the low end of that, where they have a half-ass case and they're offering you 25% of what you could be looking at if you went to trial. So 10 becomes 40, but 10 because they got enough on you on 25% of the crime. So people go, you know what? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm 20 years old. I'll get out of here in 8.5 years. They offer me 10 on a plea, or go and look at 40 and be fucking 55. So that's that. A lot of that happens.
I don't know, man. They're saying the prosecution can withstand an acquittal or a hung jury on some of the counts, but the prosecutors really need a conviction for racketeering to claim total victory.
They need two. They need two predicate acts.
Again, that could be a difficult charge to convict on if the jurors don't buy the theory that this entire business empire was engaged in sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Fair.
But clearly his business was not solely just based on sex shit. That was just his perversion. The business was based on music and clothing and
Yeah,
entertainment.
I was thinking the same thing.
So that's a hard sell to me. I don't know. But the defense needed to have convinced at least one juror that the case wasn't there and that witnesses were lying to save their own necks. And that's a tough sell to a jury that spent weeks listening to horrific testimony about Diddy and his empire.
I got news to you. I think he's got hit with the Mann Act, And the
The
Mann
Mann
Act,
Act.
yeah, that's where you're transporting
Oh,
teenagers over the lines
yeah.
for whatever, or just being with them. You could get caught and you could get in trouble. Well, what the fuck are you doing with a 16-year-old in Pennsylvania if you live in New York, you know? But this goes deeper for them to do whatever they were doing. Now, let's say he gets found guilty of that, but everything else on a racketeering predicate act, but everything else he's not. He goes home.
He goes home.
He goes home because it doesn't consist of a racketeering. It was only one.
So how much time does he get?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. No, unless they would have charged him separately on that charge. And I
Wow.
don't know if they did.
But
Now,
then, yeah.
can the state take that charge?
Well, they appeal it, right?
Or any of those charges? I don't think they probably have something similar to the Mann Act, but Mann Act is a federal. You know, you get charged with it in federal. It's been around since the 20s and the 30s. Yeah, I mean they could take it. It usually was unheard of. Once the feds tried you, the state leaves it alone. I seen it done one time that I can remember. I'm not saying it's only been done one time, but I remember it been done one time, and that was on the attempted murder of Mikey Durso and his cousin Tina. They beat the feds, and then the state took it over, and then they went to the state, and one of them got acquitted, and one of them got convicted, and then one got home on appeal. But it's happened. And if they have at one time, New York State and the feds didn't work together. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't share anything together. They just did. That changed around 90. They got involved with each other more. So all these joint task forces and everything like that, which actually hurted the indictment. Not that I was in as much because they were definitely in cahoots at that point. But one of the precedent cases was the Giannini case, where they started sharing each other's information, especially the Queens District Attorney and the FBI.
Yeah. So now has to go through the Fed. Damn, that sucks, man. So you beat a case, and then they put you in another case. The state takes over, or the feds take over.
Yeah,
That's some
I always thought personally, I'm not this legal. I'm not. I've fallen into this shit by just being around it by default. You know what I mean? Either in jail or fucking, being these co-defendant fucking meetings. I mean, the minute I got out of jail, I was like, all right, fuck you and this bullshit.
Yeah, fuck your courtroom.
Yeah. I don't even like going into a courtroom.
Yeah, I don't like court at all. No, I respect what goes on, but I don't.
Yeah,
like
of course,
court,
we need
you know
court. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't like what. Yeah.
But I don't claim to be something I'm not. Anything I've learned, you got like somebody like Common who knows a lot about the law. Shout out to Common. He does, he does, and he's equipped to talk about certain things. I've learned by rubbing against me, But back to that case, because I was in jail with that one guy who got re-indicted by the it's not a re-indictment, indicted by New York after he beat the feds. So I was like, wow, that could happen. I thought there was a double jeopardy. I thought the feds was the top of the line, and that's it.
They come up with their own rules. Yeah,
it's happened the other way around. It happens a lot. Like you beat the fucking state, and the next thing the feds got a hard on for you, and they turn your kind of crime into a racketeering because you're in that life, and use one of them charges on your racketeering indictment. Years later, it happened to Bobby Glasses. Speaking about Bobby, so it happens more than we think. It happened to Stevie Blue, the guy who was a co-defendant of mine with the Bonanno family. He's still in jail trying to get acquitted. He beat a case. I think it happened in Astoria where they seen a guy they were after. He ran after him, shot him in front of a fucking cop.
That's balls, huh?
The cop chased him and everything. Left the gun there. They caught him like a mile and a half away, and he went to trial in the state and beat it.
Shit.
Now, if he would have never got into the mob again and fucking just took off and never had that 5-year fucking still being part of a fucking criminal enterprise, they wouldn't have picked it up again. He gets re-indicted on the same crime, like I'd say, I think it was like 10 or 15 years after.
Wow.
The feds found him guilty. You know who put him away?
Oh.
Somebody who was at the club that day when that happened, Sal Vitale.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay? Now he has a fucking,
Motherfucker.
smoking gun. If he would have went upstate where he was from and lived there and fucking fed his cows and his farm and everything, they would have never indicted him because he still wasn't part of that indictment. So they got him on a racketeering murder. But that's the same to see for me too. When I go to California on the lam and stay there, fucking, they don't arrest me 9 years later. They got no use for me.
Yeah.
And they can't legally. The state could have. There's no statute of limitations on murder.
No. Do you think there should be?
Huh?
Do you think there should be statutes of limitations on murder?
Statute of limitations on murder. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that creepy ass motherfucker who took a 9-year-old kid somewhere and fucking now his DNA comes up. Yeah, I think the statute of limitations should be there forever. You get all these DNA things now that. How crazy is that? It's the neighbor, the fucking girlfriend's son who kidnaps these kids and all that shit. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck if they're 70. Die in prison, you motherfucker.
I saw an article the other day. They arrested a 93-year-old guy for a murder he committed in like 1967 or 63 or some shit.
Yeah. Darren says, yep, he beat the state and feds re-indicted 2002, 2003. Happened in Manhattan. Well, they re-indicted him on a marijuana case in 2002. He was my co-defendant. And his skipper, I believe, was Anthony Graziano. And I knew he was a funny guy. I knew him really well, Darren. But he got superseded. The murder, he got superseded. And I'll tell you why, because there was only 2 guys who had murder charges in that indictment, the first one, and he was in it. Hector Pagan, Tony Graziano, the Grimaldis, who were my guys. There was only 2 guys that had, and Peter Boxcars. There was only 2 guys at that point had 2 murders on them. Had murders on them in that indictment, and it was me and Robert Lino on the Louis Tuzio murder. So he was there too, but he was only looking at 5 years. And I remember him saying to me too, he goes, man, good luck with your case, man. I'm glad I'm not in your shoes. And then sure enough, he gets re-indicted for that fucking murder. And he would go about saying that he beat the state one time and a long time ago. And I think he was comfortable in believing that they would never pick up that case again.
Shit. Well, he got a rude awakening.
Yeah. I remember when it happened too. He goes, motherfuckers. and I'm like, yeah. And I ended up, so since me and him had almost nothing to do with each other on the outside, other than seeing each other now and then, hello and goodbye. Nothing. He goes to trial with Anthony Basile, Barlo Amato, and himself. And I hit the stand and he's up there. He's like, what the fuck? He's telling me one of them. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not here for you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because he was a little, he had a little wise ass to him, but he was funny though. And what murder? Yeah. So I'm there. And when I decide not to cooperate and walk off the fucking stand because it was just too much to me at that point, and I'm walking her out, I ended up. I'll tell you what happens the aftermath, but he gives me one of these, like good, like in the Godfather movie, when when the brother looks at the fucking other brother, yo.
Oh, God damn it. I was on fucking mute. I'm sitting here like,
you don't even listen to what the fuck we say. Like
I'm listening to you, God damn it.
What did I say?
You would like when the other brother looks at the other brother and the fucking Godfather gives him the fucking
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. There you
motherfucker.
go. Good,
Yeah,
good. So,
God, I'm listening. I'm talking to you. I was talking to you. I didn't know I
so they
was
take
fucking.
me to the fucking judge's chamber. They go, "Oh, you want to be a wise ass, huh?" Nah, they didn't say like that. They go, "Look, Frank, I know this is hard and this and a do and the blah blah blah. But fucking, we could stick you in fucking prison. You're gonna probably look at 25 years now again, and we could go stick you up with your fucking buddies again, and that's not gonna be looking good since you testified already on Messina."
Yeah.
So that was a true serum coming to Jesus. I'm like, yeah, that's not a good fucking idea. I'm like, okay, here I come again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here I go again on my own.
Who
What up,
scared me
Root?
the most to look at during court? None of them. Why would I be scared? I'd fucking no. I mean, no.
Not even the judge.
No, man. Fucking in the casino in the Messino case, I was escorted to fucking on the stand by the whole freaking SWAT team from fucking Boston because the New York one was doing something, so they borrowed them.
Rude
I got
Irish
my
boy.
friend from Italy call me. This guy's always this some director guy.
Buongiorno.
Tommaso.
Tommaso.
Hey, Tommaso, che dici? Hey, I'm on a. Hey, listen, I'm on a show right now. I don't want to. What do you call it? But no. But say hi. Say. You got American. Say hello to the people on the show. They like you.
Buongiorno.
12th of July, my book came out 2 weeks ago.
Which book? Tell me, so I'll give it. Tell me your book.
Story.
My pirate story.
Pilot story, crazy pilot story.
Oh, the pilot story. Yeah. I'll tell them about it. Tell me the book. So I'm on a show right now, and they like all that mob true crime stuff. So
I'll take book now. Give me a call next week, tomorrow when you want.
Okay. Be good. Ciao. Forza Inter. Yeah. So this guy is like he's a director, and it's funny because me and Howie always kid around because he calls me and Aralata at all time of day.
Yeah.
Hey, Francesco, how are you? I'm making a movie. We just listen to his funny shit. But you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, but he's like he's the Italian version of Catch Me If You Can.
Uh-huh.
He used to actually ride the planes, pilots, and act as a pilot and go fucking from there. But I'll tell you, from one part of Italy to another with no fucking experience. He ended up getting 13 years.
Shit.
That's funny shit, though, right?
Yeah.
Imagine how many times you flew like to Palermo and with your family and stuff, and he has this fucking con on his fucking plane.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Landing's the hardest part.
Is it?
I think so. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, that was that one kid in Seattle. He was like a baggage guy. He took the fucking plane. He was on a suicide mission. He didn't know how to fucking.
I kind of remember this.
He was by himself. You hear the air traffic control.
Did he say, "I'm sorry, man"?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to fucking land this fucking thing, and he just went bloop.
He ended up dying. Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't take nobody with him.
He wanted to fly. He wanted to see how it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
That's a good one, Taton. I'm gonna use that one. Old chickens break broth. Yeah, no water under the bridge, kind of like deal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, but back to what I was saying when I went on there. I wasn't scared. I had the Boston fucking SWAT team there, fucking helicopters. They were kidding with me. He hit a helicopter. I go, what are you talking about? I look out the window. There's a helicopter fucking bringing us to court.
Want to see helicopters? We'll show you helicopters. Come on.
I feel like fucking Henry Hill.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Jump into the fire. That's a great song.
Yeah. The whole movie had a great soundtrack.
Harry Nielsen. He's a Bushwick guy. Grew up in Bushwick, moved to LA 1819, and the rest was history. Used to get high with fucking John Lennon all the time.
Nice.
Put the lime in the coconut.
That must have been groovy.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they were doing. Like Sammy with the helicopter. Oh, Sammy's helicopter story. Yeah. I wasn't in a helicopter. They would drive me from one facility to the court. And my handler at the time goes, look out the window. You hear that? I go, yeah, that's fucking not doing. Yeah, they're coming. They're with us too. And the guy, well, I'm going to court. He has like one of these fucking big ass machine gun looking fucking like AK or something. Fucking all right. No,
Shit.
no, nobody was. I wasn't scared. Worried. Worried's the word. I don't think I ever used the word scared after a while. Everybody, nobody's fucking made out of steel, but concerned. Yeah. Like going into a penitentiary if you're a fucking stool pigeon, you get concerned. And it's not like, hey, let's help this guy out because he helped us out. No, he reneged. He don't want to do anything anymore. Or he like I guess the same thing happened to Bulger. Could they have helped him? Yeah. Did they want to? I don't think so.
What do you mean help them?
They put him right in the fucking
In that Virginia facility, right?
in the
With
Virginia
the Wolves. They put him with the Wolves.
Yeah. I mean, if he was fucking, if they wanted to make sure that didn't happen, they could have did that months before that happened.
It shouldn't have happened at all. He should never even been put in that position. They knew they had a high profile guy and this
Yeah,
and
no more the words of that Henry the Weasel guy. It shouldn't happen at all.
that. Yeah. Shouldn't have happened at all.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen at all. Fucking the authority of fucking bullshit. The fucking people, yeah. Do you believe the guy Salvatore Buccieri threatened to shoot Hector Jr.? I don't know who that is. Is he a mob guy?
Pagan?
Who's Salvatore Buccieri, Bella? I know Hector. Hector's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was gonna shoot people slapped around John A. Light. People were gonna shoot Howie wasn't as tough as he was. Me, I was just a coffee boy. That's what happens when we flip. You get fucking guys who just hated us but couldn't do nothing about it are gonna start talking shit about you.
They just downplay you like you
Yeah,
wasn't all
exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what they do. So Salvatore Buccieri, was he? What is he? A mob boss?
that.
What?
Bukiak.
Where was he on? Where was he on?
Salvatore Bukiak.
Where did he say this? What platform? That says a lot. I could have said I slapped Joe Messino now. Shut up, Joe.
Yeah. That would get a lot of views. That'd make a good YouTube short too.
Yeah, he just got on my nerves one day, and we had a co-defendant meeting, and you know what I mean.
He started getting loud.
He started getting loud. He was chewing his sandwich a little too loud for me. And I just gave him a fucking fresh one. Come in, Jelly. Pop.
It wasn't nothing personal.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing personal,
Thanks a lot, Lee.
Yeah, but once they start going, they're thinking of the next bullshit line to say.
Yeah.
But that's what I don't know who he is. I just saw a little bit of the interview that Jeff Nadeau. That explains it all. Jeff's running out of people to put on his show. He finds any Tom, Dick, and Harry from fucking Brooklyn. Hey, you want to come on my show? Who do you know?
Yeah.
He's probably gonna say, Frank, you're really guy. Like, no, you're starting to be a little fucking ass, pompous at that. Don't call me. I'm not gonna answer. Don't call me. No, that explains it all. Some guy I was gonna blow his head off, and I told him too. So listen to me. And none to get you, Bella. I love you, Bella. I love you. If somebody's gonna tell me they're gonna blow my fucking head off on the streets, chances are I'm going to blow his off before he blew mine.
Yeah.
Nobody says that. Nobody. They either do it or they shut the fuck up and go to bed and forget about it. There were a lot of people I wanted to blow their heads off. I made sure I didn't tell them that because you know what? They would have blew mine off. And forget about how many uncles in the family I had or brothers, anything like that. Somebody feels threatened to that, they either fucking skip town because they don't want repercussions or they fucking take you out. It's happened to the best. It happened to Vito Guzzo.
Damn.
They shot him 9 times because the guy felt scared.
Yeah. Can't be caught slipping, man.
Yeah, but Rob Jean's a fucking stand-up knock-up guy. He never flip me anything. You ask him fucking how many of these guys after they flip have stories of how they fucked up the guys who flipped up. And you're like, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, they all either, slap somebody around, this, that, and a third. It's bullshit. Matter of fact, I might do a show on that. Guys that
Yeah.
fucking bullshit that about and I call out people I can't call out people in other neighborhoods, but if you know anybody who goes around saying, yeah, the gas pipe was and all that, I fucked them up one time, or anybody who's flipped that was Sammy the Bullyman, yeah, Joe Colombo, he's another one. Joe Colombo, Fat Colombo,
Uh huh.
the one who's having a Dr. Phil moment with Billy Jr.
Uh huh. Yeah, I
Play the
heard about
music.
that.
Play the music. This is what it sounds like.
Hold on.
This is what it sounds like.
Wait. Fuck. All right.
Billy, you should have told me first before you were gonna tell.
Why didn't you let me know?
I really was. Yeah, it took me back. I forgive you, but I'll never forget. All right, so that's what it sounded like, bro. It was so fucking cringe. Cringe.
You tried to kill me.
Yeah. Bro, you were answering fucking phones. When your phone was there, they gave you a job of answering fucking phones. Nothing wrong. I'm not job fucking shaming. I make coffee, whatever. But
You gotta start somewhere.
Dirty though, okay? Little difference. For all the chickatellis of the world.
Look,
so,
that's your inroads to making book. You gotta start answering the fucking
family
phone.
owns fucking coffee shops. What the fuck do you think I'm gonna do at 12:13?
Yeah.
Work in a fucking construction? They had dates. They had to go places. Get them. Hey, I don't want to work. Oh, come on. We'll give you a little bit more money. Once I'm there, it was like slave labor. Fuck it. I got my money, but it was like I'd be there for 14 hours.
Well, what was better, answering the phones or what do you think is better, answering phones or making coffee?
I enjoyed making coffee. I enjoyed fucking supervising games, taking cuts out of houses, erasing machines, fucking watching TV. Going home with $200,000-$300 in 1983 and 84 a day.
Yeah.
On a weekend because I didn't work. I went to school, and them fuckers, my brothers, abused me so much, fucking in a funny way that they were young. They were like 8 years and 11 years older than me. They had girlfriends that would go out. Yeah, don't worry, you'll work to 8 o'clock, and it'll be like fucking 10 hours later.
Shit.
Fucking. But that's where I grew up. I grew up in the coffee shop. The coffee shop culture is different, I guess, to the Italian American than it is to Italians. We had a good time. I had anything I wanted. If I wanted to lay back and wait for a customer, if there was places where it had a lot of business, and that was work. Giannini's was a very we were open for the public, and a lot of people used to come in, and between them and handling the card games, not handling, but seeing what they want to drink, getting the orders to the actual coffee people and bringing them all their drinks. That was busy. I would work sometimes. I don't know, steady. I mean, just going back and forth, taking breaks for a cigarette break. I smoked back then for about 15 minutes within every 2 hours.
Yeah.
We were busy. And then it became more busy when fucking Baldo said, you know what, fuck this. It's my place. It's going to go down the fucking tubes. I'm going to be working there. And then we got raided. I had to work with him for a year.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. No shit. And he wasn't much of a gambler, so he would sit down and make a table. To make a table, I usually need 4 people. So he'll just sit down and make a table. And he would like be, I got this, I'll pay for this. And in certain games, if you pay for it, you're not gonna make the house is not gonna be cutting for what the drinks these motherfuckers are taking because they're just gonna drink Remy Martins or whatever the fuck they want. You're gonna get like $150 tab on a $20 cut. Where poker, you cut more money, so that's okay. And usually guys don't drink that much when they're playing a
High stakes game.
high stakes game. So, but one time I told them, hey, you got to stop doing that. Not in a bad way. They're what they're doing is they're drinking. Oh, it don't come out of the house. No, it don't come out of the house because he didn't gamble. You get it?
Yeah.
He goes, no, they're just, oh, all right. He was like, okay, my bad. I said, yeah, because they'll drink out of house and home.
Yeah. Thank you, Bella.
What any construction did you do? If I did any in New York, I didn't do any in New York. I got into construction, demolition, all that shit after I when I became legit. I did it for a little while. My friends owned companies, and I either supervised them or worked. I worked hard, especially like up to 6-7 years ago. I was in tremendous shape. I mean, it's funny. This puts a lot of weight into you. Believe me, I met Southie not too long ago. He goes, wow, you look totally different. I said, yeah, I look fucking like a fucking slob on
It's the camera, man.
Huh?
It's the
I
fucking camera.
guess. I walked by him and he's like, wow. He was like, wow, I'm close to what, 5'9", 5'8.5", whatever. And then if I'm wearing sneakers, I'm probably 5'10". And I am about 225, 230. So
I look Korean on the camera, It's, in real life, I don't look Korean. Yeah.
Because I was really surprised. I go, yeah, I know. I'm not saying fucking I'm a statue, but I'm not. This is big.
Shout out to Southie.
Especially if I had a shout out to Southie, by the way. Good guy, really good guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him somewhere in the United States, and really good guy. Nice, good spoken, well spoken, and I wish him luck. He's a real good dude.
He said he would show up today. I don't know. He said he'd be in here for Sunday service. He's watching baseball games. He's obsessed with baseball.
He does. Matter of fact, we were supposed to go see a game together, and I'll leave it at that. I'm probably divulging too much.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen for whatever reason. It wasn't our fault. And we'll get in touch again. I'll probably go see him, or he'll come back when I'm in town to come see me.
Yeah. When the feds raid your house, are they calm when they do it, like in The Sopranos?
Yeah. I mean, my experience, they were. Some they ain't. The first, well, yeah, they tear everything apart. That's no fucking. They're more hostile when they go into a club because there's more guys than they go into a family setting. I was in both situations, and they are definitely more intense. Like when they come into a place where there's like 30, 40 guys. And they come the first they come in pretty hard for about 5 minutes, and then they settle up. Then they see what's going. Once they establish what's going on and who's there and everything, and then they calm down. But the house is a little bit more calmer. Hey, Carmine, what's up, Swed? What's up, my man?
Carmine boy.
Then you have people that are fucking dangerous and they know it already. So they're always going to be, it's like anything else. And you're going to go after somebody.
They come prepared.
The Buster, can you work for Dowd as your job site? No. I could work with him, though. That's funny you say that. How do you
see that?
Right there. There's some truth to that. I don't know how he knows, but there's some truth to that.
Oh.
That a friend of mine has him working.
I could picture him with the construction hat on.
He's doing a great job. He's got and he's making good money too, so it's not a problem. I was offered the same position. I said no. I can't. I'm not going to fly out there and go out to that place somewhere in the deep south. I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could work for him as my.
Who was that? That said you guys were wannabes. The attorney. Well, at that point when that indictment. Okay, so let me give you a background. Mob Facts put up an old press release from the government. I think it was the joint task force between Queens and the feds when they made the first Giannini indictment. The Giannini crew indictment. That was June of '96. Now, the guy basically says these guys were acting out of a coffee shop. They were young men, pretty much wannabes. They had like 12 to 15 bank robberies at that time. That's it. Secondly, they had a lot of storefront and places that are robbed. They had a shootout with a armored truck. So that was the first charges they had. And until the murders they got 2 years later, because out of this 13 and more that came in, that's when everybody started talking. And in the indictment alone, in the second indictment, there was maybe, I would say, between 8 charges of murder or 9 charges of murder.
Damn.
And then there was like 6 other charges that were still pending. And in a lot of these cases, there was open fucking cases where they're still open, like 1 or 2. And the reason I think for that is because whoever was involved in those murders are still telling, and they had them on 3 already. So why bring another one where we could divulge a CI?
Yeah.
Because everybody knew who did it. Everybody knew who was involved. These guys talked about it, but why isn't nobody ever got charged? Because he got charged already, another one. So it's like defeating the purpose other than getting that guy who they feel talk.
Yeah. Somebody tell him.
Yeah.
When did the second indictment come down?
About 98.
Oh,
97, 98. There was 2. There was a couple superseders in the middle. I believe Vito was a superseding count. Vito has no charges in 96. All those bank robberies, and neither do I. There's a reason why that I'll let you know. But when the other stuff comes in, the bigger stuff, then they bring him in. And when I mean bigger, I mean the murders. And I remember talking to him about that. I go, what the fuck? I go, when they got picked up in 96, I go, you had nothing to do with that? I said, no, I was in California. And I go, did you? He goes, no, I was broke. I definitely would have got involved. And I was like, yeah, that's weird. And in fact, we didn't get picked up for any of the things they were doing because there was a couple of things that we could have got picked up for, but they were small, like burglaries, robberies of not gunpoint type of stuff. But the core of that group, they're responsible for at least 20. They talk about the same one they robbed twice, but as a whole, both of them, at least 15 banks.
Damn.
Within that range. And this was, thank God, because I got to spend more time out. I was in California at the time,
So this is before 1996?
Yeah, this was between 93, 92, late 92 after Ralph I don't want to ruin my show. If something happens, one of us gets killed. And then between 92 to 95, it stops around 95 because the FBI presence was everywhere. We went everywhere. They were always there. So I lived 3 blocks away from Giannini Cafe. So I'd walk sometimes there because what the fuck? I'm not gonna take a fucking car to go there. You know what I mean? So I walk, and this is nighttime, about 8, 9. I see from 2 blocks away a fucking Fed car with 2 guys in the binoculars like this. Okay? At nighttime. They were using night vision, obviously.
Damn. So Tupac Shakur was still alive back then when the shit was going down.
Yeah, I guess. I missed the memo on that one. Tupac was alive, okay?
Yeah.
Thank God.
You had no idea.
That just made my whole fucking conversation nothing.
No, what do you mean?
Tupac was. Do you like your FBI surveillance picture? Because I have a lot of them. That's the one you see, and I got a lot.
Did they let you see
No,
them?
I don't like
they
that one. It looks like I just rolled out of bed and I have a cigarette in my mouth. That was outside of Casablanca. I know which one you're talking about, but I'm not being perturbed either. There's some I do like. There's one where I'm eating a pizza, which I don't like either, and I'm talking to my brother's Gumbada, Jesse James, and Paul Ragusa. We're in front of the corner, and I'm eating a pizza, listening to them. A slice, because there was a place
Yeah.
where I was a bit hungry. There was a place right down two doors away. I'm gonna tell you, I seen that one. There's ones on my uncle's funeral that obviously I did like. There was weddings that I was in. Dino Calabros is one of them. Where I was the groomsman, and there's a lot of mob weddings that I was in. My cousins, they're made. So there's a lot of them out there. I don't know how to get them though.
Yeah, if you ever write a book one day, you got to put those pictures in the book.
Yeah. There's some I have. There's a lot I have, and some I don't. But the surveillance ones, there was this one chick that her name was FBI agent Groovman. She had Christine something, and she took a couple, and she had me as a maid guy. I was like, all right, I was happy.
Shit.
Well, at the time,
Yeah.
I wasn't happy when they fucking was looking at life.
You should
Christine Groovman, and she goes, this, that. I was talking to two other main guys, and they had me there, and I'm like, all right, yeah, okay.
All right.
Why did I not know about this?
Yeah.
That's when I was working for Tartaglia. the Tartaglian mob. I found the fascination what it is with this woman, with these people on here. It reminds me of what went on in 1980s when her dad, I'll call it that, became the guy.
Uh-huh.
When he became the guy, it was like all these fucking people, from the gelato man to the gelato de coco man to fucking the neighbor to fucking who the gas station attendant. They all were like, I actually know this guy.
They're all connected. Yeah.
Now they couldn't give two fucks because they don't give a fuck no more, But now what they're getting is the people that fucking never were around anybody, from Tennessee, from fucking, that's you people. Listen, from Florida, from Virginia. You know who this is? So and so's daughter and everything. So that's who she's catering to these days. You understand?
Yeah.
The same people that used to do the same thing back then, and then they don't do it no more. They're like, oh, skivat, abuch.
You need to you should, whatever pictures you got, you should put them on your channel, like make a post.
I do
like,
sometimes.
periodically.
Yeah, I do. The ones I wanted, the government ones. So my family ones, I'm probably never gonna get. For whatever reason, I think there's a couple floating around. I don't know. I'll work on them, but I get a lot of them from the government.
There's got to be a way. Yeah, get in contact with somebody. Like, I want all the fucking photos you ever took of me, you son of a bitch.
I mean, if fucking who did the last one? The History Channel could get them. So can I, right?
Yeah, definitely. Somebody could get them.
Well, that's the one they're talking about. The one that's out there right now. It's me walking with two of my ex buddies. They're all made members. The two are captains. One, I guess, is demoted. Dad died, the funeral guy, and then me. And the only two that identifying is me and the father.
My father.
It goes to show how much of a scumbag I was, huh? Does Chris Colombo have any street cred, or is basically the male version of Angel? He's the male version of Angel. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he goes to the restaurants. I knew his dad. Hey, I shot the bone. He has a couple of his neighbors who are squares, and they all think he feeds off of
that. Shit. Intifada.
Did you ever see an FBI picture where they thought someone was someone bigger time and they were off? Yeah, I'd have to go with me first. Yeah. They gave me a lot of fucking, they skipped me over a fucking Giannini crew indictment. Then they put me right in a fucking Bonanno indictment. Yeah, I would start with me first.
You're going down.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I'm looking around. Look at these guys all have millionaires, and they all have that fucking cat. And I'm here, and I'm fucking. What the fuck am I doing here? You know,
Yeah.
who the fuck these people think I am?
You got sucked up into that shit.
Especially, I had two fucking cornball cousins of mine that were fucking made, but they take me in first. They couldn't fucking do anything right. You know, you were talking about made guys who shouldn't be in the life. And I like to leave them alone. I actually do like one of them a lot. I don't talk to them obviously, but I did. Because of that, he was like, why am I being made? Because, you know, apparently. But nah, I'm like, what the fuck? Go get your banana guys, the ones that they're like, no, we got our banana. Do I downplay a lot? Nah, sometimes I don't. Hey, Nightmare, what's up, brother?
Nightmare Boy. The only real gangster on here is Jeff Loman. He's got a point.
Well, yeah, because his grandfather.
Yeah,
Don,
just because of the name.
Don Planter's peanut. What was his name?
Don Planter's Patriarcha.
Yeah, he's the mascot, that peanut. That's what his grandfather was, the peanut mascot.
Pissing into a can of peanuts.
Yeah, he's the perverted one. They kicked him off.
He was pissing out peanut oil.
He had to go. He couldn't take that costume off, so he pulled a hole in it and started peeing.
Must have been hot in that costume at the beach.
You know, the one with the fucking the one with the top hat.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Planter's nuts, boy. I always pictured him with that eyeglass thing, the one piece, and then they said no, he never had that. I guess
he did. Fucking creeped me out when I was a kid. That fucking the one they used to use in the commercial during Christmas time. He always broke his fucking face and shit.
Who's that?
He had the eyepiece and the fucking hat. He was made out of wood.
Fuck. Was it a woodcracker?
Yeah, something like that.
Wood.
He had to put his hand in a peanut can when squaring.
I can't remember this.
Yeah.
I remember all the old school Christmas shit. I don't remember that. You fucking wood nutcracker boy.
Nutcracker boy.
I like the way you said that.
Nutcracker
boy. He had to put his hand in a peanut can.
59 people watching.
Don't look at how many people are watching. Don't judge.
I want to see how I look on TV.
It's a handsome man.
Stop it.
Well, I'm going to make you blush.
The commercial. Come on. All right, get the fuck out of here.
You watching porno?
I'm watching. Yeah. What the fuck?
He's watching porno. What the fuck is that?
That was wrestling. Oh, there I go.
That sound like Tony Buick.
What the fuck? Did you hear that? Oh, I heard that just now. That was funny. That was that WWF guy. They had this one wrestler guy. His name was. I watched the clips and I was interested. I didn't even know. I didn't follow wrestling at that point. His name was Santino Marella. And he comes in with the Italian accent and everything. He's funny motherfucker.
Hadouken. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I remember. I never got into that one. I like the easier one. Half point. They have a red guy in the gi and a white guy in the gi, and the half point, 1 point.
That's old school shit, man.
That was the best, bro. I played that shit for hours. You know, I learned how to fucking do the chop when you was on the knee, and you know, you get the person to come into you, and then you go like this, or you do a side squat. You know, that's when they get faster. They come at you fast. I finished that game, everything. I was the best. White Mike says Santino is from my city. Yeah, he's from Canada. Santino? Where's Howie? Hello to you. Shout out to Howie. Shout out to Howie. From Jersey Girl.
Jersey Girl. Sonic Boom. Was that the name of the game? Sonic Boom?
No, it was It was like two bad graphics, two like Chinese looking guys. And the girl would come out and she was like, and they go fight, and they would fight, and then there was a bonus round in between. And the idea is to get 2 points and win 2 out of 3 fights. And then you go to the next round. And the backgrounds were like scenic. but very, very shitty graphics. Okay,
Yeah.
like the water was just a block of blue.
Ahead of its time.
I know this was like 1984. Right? Oh, track
Damn.
and field was another one I liked. I like the sports one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like
used to play those games when I was a little kid.
track and field was good.
Track
Especially if
and
you played
field.
against somebody, we'd play there for hours, you know. And then there was the ones you would do a little bit of physicality in there. It was the bubble, the hockey game, Canada versus the U.S. They dropped the puck.
Uh-huh.
It's like football, but hockey version.
Yeah.
That was fun. I like that one. He was a comedian, jobber, wrestler. What's the movie the army guy does? Sonic Boom. I don't know.
Sonic Boom, that's the movie the Army guy does? You mean John Claude Van Damme? What are you talking about, man?
Who's Sexy Jack?
I don't know.
That face looks familiar. Whoever
It
plays
does look
that.
familiar.
It's somebody you might know. But yeah.
I better not get a phone call later. What the fuck?
Why would you put that guy on there?
Yeah. Just like, fuck.
Did you see what he did?
You saw what he did?
All right, yeah. Sexy Jack. Probably a chick want yeah. It is what maybe that is it. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Yeah. He's been working out. Jersey girl. All right. What we got here? White Mike. Hello. All right. Cool.
Crime movies, boy.
Crime movies. So what we got? What are you doing for the 4th of July?
Hopefully having a nice hot dog, nice hamburger, get some
Hamburger.
barbecue going, and just spending time with the family, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully get the grill going.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I don't think I'm gonna do nothing. It's pretty bad. July is a bad month for me.
Why?
Just family shit.
Oh,
But in the past,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But I say that, and then the next thing I'm fucking getting smashed somewhere.
Well, July is I love July. I'm sure you have
You
your
know, the
reasons.
4th of July is one of the most fucking dangerous days to go out. You know, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
because of fireworks either. The barbecues gone fucking crazy. That one and Thanksgiving, more mass murders or shootings
yeah.
rather.
For some reason, yeah.
Yeah,
Right before or right after.
Why you took my last chicken and it's on, bro? It's on. Fucking drinking, the heat.
Yeah, a lot of families stab each other over Thanksgiving and shit. Fucking
Yeah. That's
or
another
shoot
one.
each
New
other.
Year's Day.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why? And then it makes sense to me, you know.
A lot of drinking and
When I was in the South, man, fucking 4th of July, man, you want to stay home those days.
yeah. Between the fucking fireworks hitting your car or fucking stray bullets flying around.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit that goes on.
A lot of people get murdered on 4th of July too.
Yeah, you get a lot of fucking like some guy gets beat up at a party, comes back with his boys, and then the next thing they're shooting at everybody.
And you think it's fireworks, so people don't really call the cops.
Yeah, pit up.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to take somebody out, I'm not. Don't listen to me. Halloween and 4th of July.
Yeah. Halloween too, man. Shit. I feel like Halloween was worse
Especially
back
in
in
the
day.
camera, especially in the camera age.
Yeah.
You know.
Halloween used to be a motherfucker back in the 90s. And it kind of calmed down in the past few years, but now it's coming back to be like real fucking, real shitheads out there.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, shit was crazy.
The 90s shit was, it was popping. It was the last age of the cameras.
Yeah.
2000 got a little bit more. Now it's just ridiculous. But it's good though. You know, it's good. You know, a lot kids are being monitored. Their phones tell people where they are, their families. We didn't have that. We had a bicycle and creepers going all over the fucking place, you know?
Yeah.
I'm glad technology has brought us to that. Fuck the mom. I don't give a fuck if they can't commit crimes. Who cares? But things were easier back then. I worry about freaking innocent people to go work or never did anything to anybody. You know, those cameras help them. Those cameras
Yeah.
help. Yeah, and if you're all about your privacy, you won't be when they fucking snatch one of your kids. Then you go, "Oh, I wish that camera was there."
Yeah.
So just remember that.
It's a good
There's
and a
pros
bad
and
thing.
cons to everything in life. Everything. You know,
Everything. Yeah.
and when you sit down, even when you buy a car, you gotta think of the bad things about the car and the good things about the car. Some have better, some have more highly better things and lower bad things,
Yeah.
but that's life, the same thing.
Gotta take it the good with the bad.
You gotta take the good with the bad. But fireworks was great. We used to sell them.
Where'd you get the fireworks from?
Oh, here we go. So
Chinatown.
now we in the beginning. So I started selling fireworks in bulk when I got with Vito Grimaldi
Yeah.
and his son Joe. Joe approached me one time. He goes, "Look, my brother-in-law is selling fireworks through this guy he fucks with, Mike, in Greenpoint. You think we could get rid of some?" I said, "Yeah, why not? Let's do it." So I got me in touch with my friend Nat at the time. I said, "Hey, you want in?" He goes, "Well, how much are we getting?" He goes, 20. He goes, "We'll give you 25 grand worth." We're like, "What the fuck are we gonna do with 25 grand worth?" We were pure novices in that. So we had like I guess a month and a half to pay him.
Uh huh.
And they even did they packed it and they delivered it to us. So like here, this is all yours. There was only one fucking spot. Where are we gonna put these motherfucking things? You know,
Will they show up in a van or a truck?
the fucking U-Haul truck, the whole thing. What you think? I said, okay. He goes, you sure? He goes, yeah, all right. My father's in. I said, all right, let's do it.
So where do you keep the shit?
We kept it at a friend of mine's house where his mom fucking used to panic like a motherfucker.
What are we gonna do with all these guns?
What the fuck is this? Well, we have nowhere to put them. Now you can't put them in here. It's a
Yeah.
fucking garage. I said, what are we gonna do? You know, not me. He said, and the mom finally said, I fucking just put it in here. I don't give a fuck, you know. And we got smarter as the years passed by. We used different locations, which is smart because we got raided one time in one location. Fucking one of our partners was selling the fucking place out of his deli like he was licensed, and he was selling right there. And where was he at? Not Flushing, right by fucking. It's Queens, but it's like by
Yeah.
Archbishop Malloy. They lived in that area, and he had his deli around that area, and he was selling stuff.
Yeah.
And some Indian guy who had an Indian store started buying stuff for him, like his retailer. And he used to take him to the basement of the deli and give him fireworks. This was our second spot we had. We had two spots. We got bigger. People started knowing who we were. We were doing well with him during that time. And mind you, his wife got like $100,000 job at the time. He has a deli, and he's selling it to the Indian guy. So this Indian guy gets nabbed, and he leads him to my friend, the guy with the deli.
Yeah.
But like this is like real white neighborhood where nothing ever happened. So they got like the neighborhood press paper, and they write so and so led them to his main distributor. If they ratted out the Indian guy straight out.
Yeah.
And he goes, led him to this fucking guy where he that's how we knew about it. And he got arrested. I remember me and Joe Grimaldi going to Queen's house the next day while he was getting bailed out to see if he needed anything. And his wife was there, and she was like, "These fucking heathen motherfuckers." I mean, and while we're waiting for him to come up on the docket, me and Joe get into a fucking argument in the courtroom. And you know how the COs go around the court offices, shh, shh. We're just like looking at him and kept talking. And his wife is looking back at us like, what the fuck? My husband's in there. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? So we ended up going out. He didn't get bailed out right away the next day. Yeah, and if you ever went to Queens, the Central Booking, it's an experience. And you get to smell food from across the street. That's the first thing you think of when you get out. And then the plan comes in. What are we gonna do with this guy who fucking told on us? What are you gonna do? Well, he's got to get lumped up.
Yeah. Give him,
He's got to get
kneecap
lumped
or something. Yeah.
He's got to get lumped up. All right, what time?
What time? Yeah.
So he's an Indian guy. That's funny shit. So his boy's in the car. I'm not gonna mention who's in the car. It's me, and I got bedded. I'm coming out of like fucking one of those 5 o'clock drinking fucking episodes. They pick me up at like 6 in the morning, and we right in front of this guy's place. We're there, and he comes with bed hair. He's coming walking to work. He goes, "That's him. That's him." So obviously the guy can't come out. The driver, because he's the guy who put in jail.
Yeah.
So we come out, and as he's fucking going to this store, fucking my friend pipes so pop. He falls back. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, the other guys are screaming. We're trying to pull him out the fucking door. Give him a nice little fucking crack. And I know it's not funny. People are gonna be like, "Oh," but it's funny.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, so we start kicking him and fucking him like, whatever. And we give him a nice little beating. And my friend like walks past that place 2 days later, and he has one of those head casts on.
Nice.
Well, yeah, what the fuck, man?
The dog's so mean. Yeah.
Why did they do this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the price of telling. I'm glad fucking I'm not wearing a headband. Yeah, that was one of the old good old days.
So the guy gave you guys 25 grand worth of fireworks, and you have to move it within
We were
a month?
responsible for that half. We got our money back on just the half we had.
Yeah.
To pay him, and a little bit money for ourselves, like $600-700, which was nothing.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, but better than owing these motherfuckers money. They want their money. You got to give it to them.
Yeah.
And at this time, he was no longer around Joe no more. So we gave the business to guess who? Guess who got the cut? When we got to give him a cut too.
Joe Messina?
No, fucking Vinny and Sarah, because that was his fucking captain at the time. So we were getting the fireworks at that point from Gerard.
Fucking.
So we're like Frankie, we're giving a hand. We're giving him a like Vito was always fucking around me. He goes, "We're gonna give a cut to Vinny. You got a problem with that?" I said, "No." Why are you looking at me for?
He wants to see what you're gonna say. He wants to check
no, give him his fucking cut. I don't care.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, huh? If he would have said no,
I was. Yeah, I was gonna say no. He just wanted to do that.
Yeah.
He probably felt that, he probably felt that we did a lot of work for what we didn't get out of it because we got fucking busted that one year.
Yeah.
And he probably thought I had a problem with that.
Yeah, he wants to see.
Like, why would he fucking take our money? We didn't make nothing.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that. But he thought I would say that, which is probably what I was thinking. But give it to him. What the fuck? I'm not gonna, that fucking guy was just uncomfortable to be around, anyways.
Yeah.
The worst.
Trying to make you fuck up and catch you in some shit.
No, not the old man Vito. He was the best. I loved him.
Yeah.
I loved him a lot. I did. But no, fucking Vinny. We had to meet him. We had sports betting with him too, and we'd meet, and we'd meet with Ronnie and him. We'd go eat. It was always the same guys. The firework guys that I didn't mention but mentioned. Joe obviously was there. His father was there. We'd meet with him every Tuesday and talk about stuff. Oh, Tony Pizza was there too. He was washing the dishes. He was washing dishes at fucking Minnie's place. Want to talk shit? We can talk shit. We can talk shit. And sometimes, we give him $5 or whatever.
Thank you.
But let's start lying too, on his behalf. I don't know him, never knew him. So that's where it was. We would go. But then they got into a fallout, and I was kind of glad too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He won't be coming around no more.
No. Joe was made at the time, the son. So this is one of the smarter things Mosquito did at the time. That's what people did. Was put Joe with Vinny.
Okay. Yeah.
That's like the peace offering. Okay, you guys had a fight, but your son still stays with Vinny, and you go with your son-in-law's father-in-law, which is Joe Senior Saunders.
Yeah.
And I, since Vito vouched for me with my uncle, I had to go with my uncle, which was good. But at the time, it was like, me and my friend, the other friend I don't mention much, the guy, which my ex friend, which I still miss a lot. He was like, it'd be cool if we were around this guy. I go, why? So we could fucking do whatever the fuck we want, you know,
Yeah.
just on a action basis. But looking back, it would have been the worst thing. We would have been in jail quicker.
Shit.
So that was it. This was before, Genie, usually Gina Barello, he gets with a little bit later because, I mean, to be fair, we were what, 25? So he must have been like 15, 14. He was a kid at that point. But he ends up being around that crew, and they make it up. They were making a lot of headway, a lot of bold moves. Ronnie made it big.
Ronnie boy.
Ronnie boy. But that was the fourth. That was the fourth. There was a lot of close close
Close
calls.
calls. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Driving around with a whole bunch of fucking fireworks going from A to B. It was work. Don't get that wrong. We had a setup. Then we had brawls. Then you had the other faction of the fucking Janini guys that were doing it too. And there was a couple of close calls. Us getting into it with each other. Guys that I grew up with all my life over fucking fireworks. Paul came to my house one time. He goes, "Why are you guys selling this cheaper than that? I mean, come on, we're working together, whatever." I said, "I didn't even look at the fucking thing. What the fuck?"
When everybody and their mother was selling fireworks.
No, it was just us in our neighborhood. It was just us and them, but we did them before they did.
Yeah.
And Ralph used to do them before the kid Ralph Schuler would sell them, but not to the. And in Glendale, there was Big Headed Rob sold them too. They did big things like the $25,000 fucking thing. They were the first to do that kind of shit. To us, it was like, what the fuck? What are we gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Where do we start? And how we price them?
Yeah, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with that.
Well, we started pricing them. We had a checklist and prices, and then we asked around how much the markup was, and all. And then we were like, after we did the 25,000, like, wow, we could make 60,000 on this shit.
Shit.
In a month, over the 25.
Yeah.
Wow, there is a big markup. And when I used to buy stuff, I used to buy a bag full, and it was like 8 items for about $150. Bigger ones, cakes and fountains and all that other shit. Mortars, we had mortars. We had the Iron Man. Sal the Iron Man make us pipes. You see how this whole fucking comes in circle? He's like, "Oh, you knew this guy." Like, yeah, we knew. The Banana family's small. And he's from my town too. So he used to make us the mortar pipe. He brought up, he goes, "Hey, look, I could make it in my shop." He goes, "Whatever you need, 3 inches, 4 inches." I go, "How the fuck you know about all these inches and mortars and how they come?" He goes, "Because you think you're the first one I asked." I go, "How much you want for it?" He goes, "Nah, don't worry about it. Just tell me what you need." We paid him, but because people used to ask us after, you understand? He goes, "I'll buy the 6-inch mortars, but do you have 6-inch pipes I could get?" "No, but I got a guy that makes them for me," and I used to get them for him.
Mortar boy. You had Roman candles and shit.
Those were easy. Those were the best sellers, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Roman candles were very cheap, and we sell them. Fuck, I mean, 10 times as much. They came in cases. I remember. I have a pretty good memory. They come in like in cases of 96 or so. 96 of them in a case, so 48 in a case. What's a gross? 144. Oh, the bottle rockets came in grosses, which is 144 pieces and 12 dozen. 12 dozen times 12 pieces comes out to 144. That's a gross.
Okay.
Who's Larry Lawton, D'Augusta?
Larry Lawton?
Yeah.
You look like Larry Lawton. Let's see. We'll look him up right now, this son of a bitch.
Larry Lawton. Larry Stugatz.
No, he doesn't.
Who's Larry Lawton?
Let me see. I'll show you. Larry Lowen. Now, he looks like somebody, but he don't look like Larry Lowen.
I don't like that guy. See, that's what fucking TV does to you.
Yeah,
Now,
see what happens?
well, I'm just. I know the gusto. I know that. Why don't you just say I look like fucking Mr. Potato Head? Then?
Larry Lawton, boy. No, he
I don't
looks.
care. I love coming in here and you guys in the chat. The chat's one of the biggest reasons too. So don't feel they go fuck with me.
No, this chat makes this show. Without this chat, this
So
show's
angel
nothing.
milk makes you
Angel,
smarter,
angel
sometimes
milk.
dumber.
Angel milk.
Ooh.
It's kind of like
What the
almond
fuck
milk.
is that? The fuck out of here.
It's got extra sugar in it.
Smells
High
like
calorie. Huh?
the Newton Creek. You know what a Newton Creek is?
I've heard of that before. What is that?
It's the most contaminated fucking water in New York City, right? It's a metropolitan area. We used to drive past it.
Uh-huh.
Go towards like fucking Williamsburg or Greenpoint. And in the wintertime it even smelled, even in fucking 0-degree weather. You're like, what the fuck is it? Smell like rotten fucking eggs. They
Yeah.
dump more shit in that fucking river. Anyway, a guy was trying to make. I seen it on PBS on accident on one of those fucking woke stations. So this guy goes, "I'm going to swim in the Newton Creek to make awareness of like don't pollute the waters, and this is why." And he swam like fucking so much in it. I'm like, you motherfucker, you got to be the dirtiest motherfucker. You're gonna grow another arm in about.
Yeah, that shit gets in your mouth, your nose, your ears.
Yeah, it's everything it goes all the way to the fucking East River. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the East River.
Which they claim they cleaned up, but still,
Cleaned up still got. Fucking listen. So picture hundreds and hundreds of years of dumping whatever the fuck they dumped in there.
And the dead bodies and all other shit. That's
the toxic shit, the dumping, the asbestos, and everything.
Every other fucking, needles and feces and piss
and poo. Remember Michael Jackson when he was in a
yeah.
It smelled like feces and poo.
And poo.
Fuck a grown man calling shit poo.
No, that's ignorant. No.
They put me in a cage and locked me up. And it smelled like feces and poo.
And that was icky.
Yeah, I was icky. It was so gross.
Yeah. Michael Jackson's a weird character. I mean, it's kind of odd that we revere the guy so much, but he was such a weirdo.
Yeah, but he was a great entertainer. Yeah, okay. You wouldn't be saying that he fucking take advantage of your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he was found not guilty, so they say he was.
He was, huh? He was. I got some Jesus juice to put you to sleep.
No, it's ignorant.
Yeah, get the fuck.
But he was doing some weird shit. He shouldn't have been sleeping with kids in his bed and shit. It was just weirdo shit. So
yeah, I'm trying to fix the screen. No.
Dirty Diana.
Yeah. Dirty Diana. Who's that? Oh, she loved that. You know that Diana, the one who died.
Yeah, that was her favorite song. Yeah, it made her feel dirty.
I kind of like it more now.
I was away with Anthony Spiro. He told me he was the king of the fireworks.
Yeah, in South Brooklyn. Yeah. Who is big in our area? Our area, we had a couple of guys, but they all used to, I think, get them from Greenpoint. Greenpoint had a lot of going on. Williamsburg. Not many people. I mean, when I was a kid, there was a guy from Chris's Corner. He sold everything: pumpkins, fucking Christmas trees, flowers on Mother's Day, fireworks, talking orangutans.
Those pumpkins are expensive, man.
Are they?
Yeah, man. I bought them 2 years ago. Bought some big pumpkins. They're like fucking $60 or $40. I put them on the porch. Motherfucker stole them, man.
Your pumpkin.
Yeah, they stole 2-3 pumpkins I had up there. Can't even decorate for fucking Halloween, you know, do something nice for the kids and shit. They
Yeah.
steal my shit, man.
That's crazy.
So after that, I'm not buying no more fucking pumpkins. Couldn't believe it. Oh, I'm like, what's this world coming to?
Can't buy a pumpkin no more.
Like, people can't leave shit alone. They gotta fucking steal shit. Can't just drive by and say, "Hey, that's nice. They decorated for Halloween. Isn't that nice?" Nah. Nowadays they steal your fucking decorations.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't care. You don't
No,
decorate
no,
for
no, no.
Halloween.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I forgot about New York.
I mean,
What time
fuck.
you got, buddy? What time?
2:52. You want to get out of here?
In a little bit. You give me about 15 more minutes.
We could get out of here.
Do what my crazy family's doing.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Roro. Show Frankie some love, people. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Be nice to me, whatever. Thank you,
on,
bro.
man.
What am I gonna do without you?
God
Tomorrow we
bless
got
Roro.
show up to our show tomorrow. Will be coming on at 7. We'll be back. We had a week off, festive reasons, you know. Well, one of us got married. It wasn't me, so figure it out.
I want to know where he went on the honeymoon. Is it okay to tell or no?
I'll
I
leave
guess
that
I'll
up
ask,
to him. I'll leave that
yeah.
up to him. Yeah, yeah,
I'll ask you later. I'll ask him later.
yeah, 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 yeah. But he's back, and we put up a show. We put up a part of our Ridgewood episodes, and this one's a little bit slower start.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know. I'm not gonna be buying bots, and I'm not gonna be doing that. So it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I wish you would have been at that wedding though. You and Roro or somebody, you know. We would have had a great time, man.
Who was there?
Fucking me and the
Oh,
people I didn't, and then 200 other people I didn't know.
You had fun though, right? You had fun.
No, I
I
had
heard it
fun.
was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice wedding.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, the food was
Yeah,
great. It was just awesome. The DJ, they had a MC over there, master of the ceremonies, hosting and shit. He was good. Best man gave a good speech.
he did.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's how you give. You know, you gotta speak from the heart. You know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a beautiful wedding right on the beach. It was nice.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wish I had somebody to drink with, and yeah.
You and your drinking. Stop.
I don't get a chance to drink, so when I find the opportunity,
I'm the Dzeki's guy. Stay thirsty, my friend.
stay thirsty, my friends.
I don't drink, but when I do,
I get deported.
yeah, well, yeah, I drink angel milk.
It made me stupid, but
It makes me craving bagels and lox and prune juice.
I don't drink orange juice.
Right.
Remember when she said, "My father doesn't even like orange juice"?
Oh yeah, that was the biggest thing she got out of the fucking that whole Heisman fucking
Yeah,
interview. He hates orange juice.
he's a liar. He never
He
liked
don't like
orange juice.
orange juice. My dad didn't like it. How would you know? You always upstairs for breakfast. You weren't allowed to come down.
Yeah, I want to enjoy my breakfast in peace. You understand? It's bad enough I'm up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, she did say one time, and I feel bad for her, and I do. She said, "I miss my father now, but not back then."
Yeah.
You must have given it to a good. Get in your room.
You better stay up there. You understand? No, I guess, with time.
I could tell. Yeah, a lot of mob fathers are fucking strict. Then they yeah, with their immediate families.
Yeah.
I seen that with other mob guys. They were strict with their kids, especially the females.
Oh yeah, I can
Forget
imagine.
about it. Yeah, no.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
You looking at my daughter?
I was surprised. As much as the money maker and Carmine was, and you can't stop them from not liking each other. I'm surprised he allowed them to get together.
Yeah. With Carmine and
Well, he was in the life, and he knew the life. So, or he was one person destined for that life. So, you want There's a lot of guys that do that. That wise guys end up marrying their daughters that are wise guys themselves. But you kind of think, is that what you really want for your kid? And I'm not, and I don't know, Carmine. I'm not putting him down or nothing like that. Obviously he was a good earner, supported the family and all, but um, do you want that for your kid? The Jewish people got it right. They were in that life until the 50s. There was an abundance, but they stirred their kids other ways.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
business. And,
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want to be a loan shark, lend out money legally. If you want to, you want to learn about the law, become a lawyer.
yeah, they made sure their kids went to college too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure. But that's what it's about. Making your kids better than you were, not
Yeah,
making them. But the girls had it tough in every. I know a lot of situations. All
well,
right,
it's not
bro.
easy.
It
Yeah,
was a great show for
no, it
me.
was.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Um,
being here, brother.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, thank you. Have a happy Fourth if I don't see anybody, and I'll be on tomorrow. So catch us
Yes, sir. Tomorrow at 7, right?
tomorrow at 7. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow at 7 we'll be back. We'll uh we'll see what we got, and offhand I don't remember. I think we're going to talk about our last episode. That's one of the things we're going to talk about, and pretty soon we're going to have the mobologists come on with us, and if you like that kind of stuff, and they'll be fucking with us on a couple of topics. So we'll see how that goes. All right.
All right, Frank. Thank you, brother.
Have a good Sunday, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. All right.
Thank you,
Bye
Frank.
bye. Bye bye.
Thank you, Falcor. Good to see you. Falcor boy. Happy Sunday, Falcor. Thank you very, 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 very much. And thank you, Frank. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So thank you, Frank, for coming on the show. If you want to help Frank out and thank him for coming on the show today, you can send a little donation to his Cash App, 52 NYC Topics. That's Frank's Cash App, 52 NYC Topics. So show Frank a little love today, a little Sunday loving. Uh, he gave us some good mob content today that I know you guys love. And thank you guys so much for the support today, man. Good way to end the month, end the week. And yeah. Yeah, thank God. Thank you, Bella. Thank God. Yeah, I wish you were there, Roro, man. I was looking for you. A couple of people were looking for you. There was this other lady there. She was like, "Where's Roro?" I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah, it was a good time. Shasta Falcor, yeah. Thank you, Templar. Uh, anyway, all right, guys. It's been a 3 hour show. Thank you, Becky. I want to thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. We survived the ghetto today. Thank God. I want to thank Tatone, Ryan Morrison, Templar, of course, Roro, Tatone, NCO7, Bella, George Costanza, Sven, Rude Irish, Bella Baby, even Rob Jean too, and Falcor. Thank you guys. Oh, shouts to Jean too. Shouts to Rob Jean and Jean. We'll be live tomorrow night after Frank and Brett show. So make sure you tune into 52 Topics tomorrow, live at 7 p.m. on the 52 Topics channel with Frank Fiordilini. And and then later on tomorrow night, my show's going live, so tune into that. And then that's it, y'all. That's the end of June. And yeah, motherfucker. Oh, look at this. Last minute support. Look at that. Staten Island Nino. Good to see you, brother. Happy Sunday. Look at that. My man. Nino boy. Later, Jersey. Thank you, Jersey. Staten Island Nino boy. Mickey Griggs boy. Kindness matters. I like that. Be kind, y'all. Y'all be kind now. All right. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Thank you guys. Catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.